evening and welcome to the Walter R. Johnson Sports Center, Sports Complex. I'm Kevin O'Neill, and with me as always is, oh, wait a second, you're not Bill Mix.
I'm not. I've been promoted from the sideline, Coach O'Neill, for the year.
This is awesome. Coach Chris Davis is here with us, joined us in the booth, was on the sideline last year, and now he's upstairs. Coach Davis has forgotten more about football than I've ever known in my entire life. So I hope you're prepared for big brain stuff coming at you tonight.
Coach O'Neill, it's a great night here in the Walter R. Johnson Sports Complex. You said the JV football team got us started out with a big 42-14 victory here. So we're on time for a 7:30 p.m. kickoff here as the Cats take on Lemont for the third year in a row, I believe, here this first game rivalry. So looking at the Wildcats from last season, the Cats finished up the year at a 5-5 record. They were a 6A state playoff qualifier, and this is the first time, Coach O'Neill, that the Cats were in the 6A state playoffs since the Illinois High School Football Association adopted the 8 classes all the way back, I believe, in 2001.
Sounds
and
right.
Cats have been 7A ever since then. Last year was the first year we were in the 6A. Looking back at the Cats' schedule, the Cats started out strong with 2 wins in their non-conference. At home here against Lemont, 22-13, and then also defeated Oaklawn Richards here at the Walter R. Johnson Sports Complex. As the Cats got into the NSC conference schedule, they had 2 overtime games last year. The Lake Forest, Lake Zurich games both ended up not coming in favor of the Cats on the scoreboard, but 2 hard-fought, close battles that both games went into overtime. So as the Cats move forward from this past year, there's a lot of returning starters, a lot of returning players back on both sides of the ball that we'll get to tonight. I know the vibes are high, the positive energy is flows in here for the Cats as we look forward to the 2024 football season. The head coach for the Wildcats is head coach Mike Jones. Coach Jones is entering into his 13th year as the head football coach, and this will also be Coach Jones's last year as he is retiring as a LHS math teacher and coach at the end of this year. So this will be the last time around for Coach Jones, so I know he's excited for one last trip here through the football season. Coach Jones's record over his career as the head coach for the Wildcats is 71-50. 9 of the 11 years that the Cats have been under the helm of Coach Jones, they have made the playoffs, not including the COVID spring season in 2021. And the Cats are the 2014 semifinalists and the 2015 7A state runner-up as far as that the Cats have made. And I know the Cats are looking to capitalize that, add another one on to those state finals trophies here as we get ready for this year.
And there really is a buzz about this group that I haven't felt in a while. There's an excitement. The offense has some firepower. We'll go into that in a little bit. But even just the buzz in the hallway, it seemed like it was elevated just a little bit more than in years past.
It is, and I know last year there was a strong mix of not only senior players who are coming back, but also some underclassmen that got a lot of experience last year at that varsity level. So you can kind of sense that this is a little more familiar territory this year, where I think team is a little bit more prepared to know what they're getting into and know how to battle those emotions that come with stepping out under Friday Night Lights. And I know everybody's excited and ready to go and ready to get the season underway.
Awesome. So let's talk about our opponents. Our opponents are Lemont. They play in the South Suburban Conference. They also went 5-5 last year. They started out 0-2, obviously lost to the Cats here, and then went 0-2, and then went on a 3-game winning streak, and then kind of went up and down the rest of the year. They actually only had 2 close games all year. Every other game was by 2 touchdowns or more. And actually, their one close game was a 1-point game against Thornton Fractional North in Week 9 to get them into the playoffs. And for all that trouble, they got to then go up against East St. Louis and get spanked a little bit, 61-0. Which is something we're a little familiar with.
We have made that trip down to East St. Louis before and had that experience down there. Great stadium, great atmosphere down there in East St. Louis, but you're always up against it a little bit when you're traveling down there.
Yeah, they're opening against Loyola this year. That's going to be an exciting one.
It will be.
So Lemont has 9 returning starters on offense alone, a handful of skill position players, and a couple of linemen. We're going to see a lot of 11 personnel, which is 1 running back, 1 tight end, and 3 wide receivers. We'll get into a little more what they're going to do offensively and defensively, but they're not trying to fool you at all, and they're not going to be burners. So as we're getting ready here, Coach Davis, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Wildcat offense against this Lemont D.
So the Wildcat offense returns a good mix of skill players and experienced linemen, and also has some new players here into the fold. As you might get an action shot here as the captains taking their way out onto the field here tonight for the coin toss.
I just want to say something about our captains there. The captains are Mason Strader, Miles Bateski. These are the captains who were voted for the team. Max Frazen and Basic. And those are the captains who were voted by their teammates to be captains for their dedication in the off season. Looks like we've got all of those guys, and RVB is out there today for the coin toss. But I just think that's a really cool tradition that we do here at LHS with the Wildcat football program, that the players actually vote and pick their guy.
Definitely, it definitely is a player-led process from there. And like you said, Coach O'Neill, it is a cool thing and a big honor to be recognized as the captain as you get that action shot of those guys out there, as you mentioned, getting ready here for the coin toss to get started for tonight. So we'll start a little bit with the offensive keys of the game here from Coach Shack and the Wildcats offense. And that first offensive key in the game is to stay on the beach, controlling our emotions to control how we play. As we mentioned before, the Cats have a lot of experience coming back this season, and it'll be important to kind of stay within the moment, not let the moment get too big, execute their assignments, and be in control of themselves so that they can control their performance. That second key to the game from Coach Shack is to protect the football. As Pete Carroll always used to say, Coach O'Neill, but when he would start everything, he'd hold up the football and it's all about the ball for both sides of it. And for the Cats offense, it's about keeping the ball and having each possession end in a kick or a muddle to get us started here for the year. And then the third one is to eliminate the penalties. Staying on track and being ahead of the change is the big thing here as the Cats look ready from there. The offensive starters for the Libertyville Wildcats across the offensive line for the Mules is number 64, Rhett Van Boning, who's a returning offensive starter here for the Cats. Number 67, Andrew Langfelt, will be up front with the Mules. At center is number 68, Max Frazen. At guard will be a number 55, Carson Holmes. And rounding out the front five will be number 58, Sawyer Kapala.
I want to jump in there real quick. Sawyer Kapala is a sophomore, and he's a junior. I'm sorry, he's a junior. But he is very young for his age. He just turned 16 a few days ago, but he is a hoss, and he brings a whole bunch of pressure and some really good footwork to that line. And I know a couple of these guys are new on the offensive line, but it just feels like they have a lot going for them.
They do, and there's a good mix of experience in there, like I said, with returning starter Rhett Van Boning, as long as with some other guys that are getting some mix that saw some action in last year. And they'll be charged with protecting the quarterback, number 7, Quinn Shambo, who returns from a All-State caliber season last year as the Cats quarterback. Quinn will has a host of offensive weapons to be able to distribute the ball to, and that starts in the backfield with number 21, Gavin Dixon, who will get the start here at running back to start the year. A tough runner, and he will be complemented in skill position-wise by returning starter number 4, Blaze LaVista, returning starter number 11, Stephen Gavrick. Coming back into his slot receiver position is number 1, Sam Seth, and they'll be joined to round out the offensive skill positions by number 13, Brock Williams. So again, those are the offensive starters for the Cats. Like we said before, there's a good mix of experience, some youth, some explosiveness. There's everything. Hopefully, we're excited to see it come together tonight for the Cats. Coach O'Neill, as we get a chance to compete for real against somebody else. That was one of the new things that has come from the IHSA this year, is that teams had the option to participate in a Week 0 scrimmage. So the Cats ventured down to Chicago, DePaul College Prep, made the trip down 294 with all the traffic last week, down there into their new facility there on campus, and had a great time as they got that scrimmage to kind of get some experience against somebody else a little bit, kind of like an NFL preseason style game, ready to go.
I'm just so excited you're talking about our offense, Coach. So excited to see the explosiveness of this offense. And I love how the coaches are really trying to maximize to get everything out of these guys. I mean, last year, Brock Williams, he started the first 4 games on the freshman level. And then they saw immediately what a physical specimen he was and what a talent he was, brought him up, and now here he is starting game 1 of the next season. And they're not afraid to move him to tight end spot, put his hand down, and with the motion that they run, with everything they do, it's going to be hard to have 5 defenders match up against all of those skill position players.
It'll definitely be fun tonight, Coach. Like I said, just to kind of see everything that the Cats have been working on here as we get going on this season, some new wrinkles that we got for the offense this year.
So we'll take a look at our defensive keys of the game. Coach Budge, the defensive coordinator, longtime defensive coordinator, recent math department head too. So he's a busy guy, so we always appreciate him taking some time to give us the information. So defensive keys to the game. First one is assignment sound in alignment and checks. What that means is where you're lining up. Coach Budge is very precise, making sure that guys are in the right place. And then Lemont is going to run a lot of motion. We're going to see a lot of different motions, jet motion, slide motion, and you've got to know when to check and when to move out. And so that's going to be a big key to the game.
And Coach O'Neill, as like you said, that's half the battle for a defense. It's just getting lined up in the right spot. There's a lot of time that gets spent for motions and adjustments and how things go, because that really, you don't want to give the offense every free ones. You want to make them hit the curveball a little bit, not hit the fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Absolutely. Second key to the game is pretty much the key to the game in every single football game that's ever been played. Stop the run. Stop the run by being physical and gap sound. A lot of our linemen we're going to see here are playing both ways. We've got a couple new guys. Got to hit your gap. Linebackers coming through. We'll talk about them in a minute here when we get to the starters. And just be gap sound. And then the last one is have fun. Budge likes to coach these guys up so that they know where they're going and they don't have to think about it. They just can fly to the ball. And so just let them do their job and then keep their poise no matter the situation. We'll get the defensive starters on the other side of the national anthem. The guys are lining up for the national anthem right now. We've got the best band in the land under the direction of Mr. Karnstedt. They are coming up here. Lemont made a long ride, but there's not a heck of a lot of them, is there, Coach Davis?
There's not, and it's kind of a similar crowd from last year. Lemont has a strong football tradition. I know if you watch football on Sundays, you might see some folks that are maybe familiar come from Lemont, especially with some of those former offensive linemen they've had come through, or guys that are playing football on Saturdays as well, with Flynn Nagel, most recently from Northwestern, who played at the same time as LHS alum Riley Lees was from Lemont.
Well, I mean, they've had 3 state final appearances in the last 10 years. They were state runners-up in 07, 08, and 14. So, I mean, that's a pretty strong recent tradition right there. The band foregoing their traditional wool uniforms for a little more casual wear for this sultry night. It's about, well, depending on where you are. I feel like it's been different times at different places.
Coach O'Neill, I think it's about 20 degrees hotter here in the booth, and we don't have the luxury of the fan over the head of us right now either.
It's about 75 and partly cloudy out there as the sun is setting. So we've got a gorgeous night for football here.
You know, Coach O'Neill, I was talking to Mr. Gord today during the day as I stopped in and checked on him as they were finishing up with some of the band practice, and got a little preview of the halftime show. Looking forward to it this year with a little spy theme in there. With a little Pink Panther, maybe some James Bond. I heard there's a pretty cool drum Mission Impossible style kind of interlude put in there, so really excited for that halftime show.
That's awesome. And you got a good shot there just a moment ago. We've got our camera on the ground here. We've got a new feature this year too. Mr. Treptow and Mr. Holland got a end zone camera for us. So we've got all the shots that you've got when you watch on Saturday and Sunday now. They're playing the Lemont school song now, which they practice for I think almost 30 minutes to get it down. Gorgeous night here. It's a Western theme night. Every game, student council picks a theme. Tonight's
I think we got that shot here of that new end zone cam there.
Oh yeah, there it is. So we will turn it over to the band for the national anthem, and we will see you guys on the other side of the national anthem. And we're back. Always excellent job by the best band in the land. So nicely done there. So we'll get our defensive starters going here. I was talking to Coach Ori, and he's been doing this a little while, and he says this is one of the best defensive groups he can remember seeing, especially the linebackers. And so starting at our defensive back is one of the captains is Mason Strader. So he is starting back at safety. Next up is Tommy Bunick. He will be alongside him. That corner is Tommy Bunick. And then the other corner is Aiden Newby. He will be holding down the outside of the field there. At our linebacker, that linebacking core is led by Caleb Basic, who's just an absolute beast. Dylan Dowdy is making up, is one of the other outside linebackers who'll be getting the job done. And then at the inside linebacker, you just have some monsters here. Eric Waldorf, who's a rugby player. Jack Trudelar, who's a beastly beast. Harrison Clarkson, who I've got a couple great stories about that we'll be sure to get to. Glad to have him back on the field. And the boys up front getting the job done. Rhett Van Boning is going to be going both ways. That's a big job. Chris Samaras is getting his work done. He did everything in the offseason to get himself big and be able to take advantage of this opportunity. And then Everett Kendall also made himself big in the weight room and showed the coaches he had to be on the field. So this defensive group, there's a lot to be excited about here.
There is, Coach O'Neill. Like you said, there's been this buzz around with the group of the quiet confidence, I would say, of where they're really, I think, just looking forward to going out tonight and being able to show off all the work they put in and get a chance to get the season back underway.
Yeah, and we'll be getting our first look at Lemont here. The coaching staff didn't really have much tape on Lemont. We didn't go down to their scrimmage and didn't exchange tapes on the scrimmage. So this is the first look that we're getting for some of those. Got Harrison Clarkson on special teams up here. Who else do we got? 44. Jack Gimbert is on the front line. 34. Dylan Doughty, another one of our starting linebackers. Looks like Joey Chulo is one of the upbacks there. Back looks like it's going to be Sam Seth and Blaze LaVista, which is a familiar set. They were back to catch most of the kicks last year as well.
And this is where it'll be interesting to see here, Coach O'Neill, with we still have the traditional not traditional, a traditional high school kickoff rules. If you've watched the NFL here this year, you've seen that new modified kickoff rule that has been in effect here so far in the preseason will go into effect for the regular season. That rule change has not made its way down to the high school level yet. I'm sure as that continues on, that's something that will probably make its way back on down. But it is always a big weapon in high school football to be able to have that kicker that can put the ball in the end zone and nullify any type of return. So it'll be interesting to see here. Didn't get a chance to see Lemont kicker in warm-ups, but here we go.
Brett Tucker
get ready to receive to start the 2024 football season.
Brett Tucker will kick off. Like you said, Blaze LaVista. Oh, we've got a grubber. Sam
kick.
Seth is going to pick it up. He's going to take it straight ahead. Gets one block, makes a cut to the outside. Gets around. He's got a seam on the route.
There's a flag down on the play.
Oh, there's a flag.
This will be coming back here for a hold as Sam races back down to here into the end zone. But this will be coming back. The officials are already signaling it back. We have a hold on the play.
But he didn't mean it, Coach Davis. Does that count? So, and where the flag is right at the critical spot, too, right where Sam was able to make a cut.
We have a holding. Number 44 on the return team.
So that's an unfortunate start. It was a great return. Shows you've got something you can look at tape. But all it takes is grabbing just a little bit extra cloth there. The Cats will be down inside the 20 to start this off.
And as we talked about here in that those offensive keys to the game, that first one about staying in the beach, being able to control your emotions. It's always challenging when you get that big chunk play right at the beginning and everybody's excited here to start the year. Now just to kind of get back to work and kind of go about your business here and as the Cats get ready to take the field.
Right, because we got to remember, it's not like our offense is a bunch of slouches.
Yes,
like they can make this play.
Still got a good 47 minutes and 46 seconds left on this one.
So we're not calling this one yet?
No, I don't think so. 3 receivers out up here to the top of the screen for the Cats.
Shambo in the shotgun. Next to him is Dixon. Takes the snap. Right away, pops it out. Sam Seth. Oh, no, that is, another big one.
Nice chunk play there with the screen out to, looks like
That
number
is
4,
number
Blaze
4,
LaVista.
Blaze LaVista.
Over there. One of the interesting things that'll be interesting to see here with the amount of skill that the Cats have and can deploy on the outside. Last year we saw a lot of teams, Coach O'Neill, back out of the box and really invite the Wildcats to run because of the strength in the passing game. It'll be interesting to see how Lemont lines up here. Last year with Lemont coming in, it was kind of the first look for Lemont at the offensive skill here for the Cats. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust as Quimbo Shambo takes the snap.
Bobbles the snap a little bit, picks up and just gets what he can get, which is about 5, which isn't bad at all.
Nope.
Yeah, one of the things Coach Ori said was that don't be surprised if you just start seeing them absolutely back out and then force us to use our running game.
So as we get a look here at the Lemont defense, very similar to a lot of the defenses we see here in our conference with a base kind of 3-4 look, become very popular here in high school football with the 3-man line. Don't see a lot of 4-man line anymore.
Just Warren, right?
Yep, and as you can see in here, there's a 4-man box here, 5-man box for Lemont.
Give it to Dixon. Oh no, Quinn keeps it. Makes one man miss, runs into some traffic.
Pass. Nice job there of
uses
working
the ref
through.
as a pick. Oh, did the ball hit the ground?
Nope, think we still got it. Just bringing it into it. Looks like what will be a 3rd short. Nope, they're signaling in for the first down. So as we can see that back here on the pass, nice play action there from Quinn as they were getting there, and that's what we were just talking about. Lemont back and back up, having those 5 men here in the box here to try to combat all that high-powered Wildcat passing attack. Beautiful shot there, the student section with that sunrise in the background, Coach O'Neill. That's the sunset. Oh, that's how long the day's been so far. Feels like we're back at the sunrise here, ready to go.
It's beautiful here, no matter what time it is. So we've got 3, and it looks like we've got, going in motion here. Back. Little
Shambo
play action. Shambo looks, has all the time in the world, unleads to LaVista. Little contact. LaVista pulls it in. Ref certainly let him play on that one. That's down to the 10-yard line. Sorry, the 12-yard line.
And that was a nice play there by Blaze to be able to come back here to the football. And that's one of the challenges, too, when a team's going to drop back out. When Quinn had time back there, it's a hard cover for those defensive backs to keep up with all the skill that the Cats have at the wide receiver position.
And I think an important part of that, too, to remember is Quinn can make that throw.
Correct.
Like, you're not going to outrun his arm.
No.
Unless you're back there for 24 seconds and you're sitting on 176.
Correct.
And so, and the receivers are smart enough to know to come back to the ball also if they need to, if things are going too long.
Yep, as you mentioned, there was a little contact in there on Blaze as he made a nice adjustment back to the ball there on that catch.
Nevin Bufka, it looks, is down right now. We certainly hope he's okay.
So, Coach O'Neill, while we have a little break in the action, we also have some action going on inside the gym tonight.
Love to hear it.
Coach Loika and the Volley Cats are hosting, our varsity girls volleyball team is hosting a 16-team invitational tonight with split sites here at Libertyville and up north in Gurnee at Warren Township High School. The Cats are playing right now with 8 teams here playing throughout pool play tonight in our 16-team Crosstown Classic. The games will get back at it tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Cats have started out the season 1-1 on Monday. They dropped a tough match to New Trier 2-1 on Monday night, but they bounced back on Wednesday by defeating Lakes 2-1 as well. Cats got behind a little bit there in their first game, but then kind of stormed back and took control as the evening went on. Coach Leika wanted us to also share that fans can follow along with the scores for the girls volleyball program this year on X, Facebook, and Instagram. You can find them at the hashtag at LHS Wildcat VB on any of those social media platforms. So we got a lot of events going on tonight, Coach O'Neill, and we got a lot of events going on tomorrow that we're excited to talk about as well.
Good stuff.
Well, too. So if you're in the area and want to swing on by, catch some pool or some finals of the pool play, kind of that medal round of the volleyball tournament. That'll get underway tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. here at Libertyville High School.
Nevin Bufka is up. He's getting helped off the field, but he's walking under his own power. So the Cats will have a 1st and 10. Looks like that's at the 13-yard line. We have Seth, LaVista, and Brock out top, split in trips. No, I'm sorry, that's Gav.
A little unbalanced formation here from the Cats.
Yeah, and then tight end.
4 to one side.
See what Coach Shack has drawn up here. Oh, there's the tight end going in motion. That's something Coach Ori was really excited about. We jumped. Brock was a wide receiver. Brock Williams was a wide receiver with the freshman and then with the JV last year. But he's big body and he's
Dead
physical.
ball foul,
and there's only so many wide
on the
receiver
defense.
spots to go around.
5-yard penalty.
So they moved him to
Still
tight end,
first down.
put his hand down, and they're real excited because he's just a matchup nightmare. He's going to be faster than almost any linebacker who's assigned to cover him.
It is, Coach. That's a nice spot, too, to hide him there. A lot of time you get that tight end matched up on the linebacker position, and it's a chance for the Cats to take advantage there. We had offsides there for Lemont, so they'll take it to 1st and 5 here for the Wildcats. Cats can still get a first down before they march in here to the south end zone.
So trips out to the left. Ooh, how about snap again? But
Dixon's going to have
Dixon,
and
an
he'll
open
walk right
walk
in.
into
Great
the end
job
zone.
by the Mules up front, and that's the first touchdown of the year for the Wildcats.
There we go. Big push right there. Sealed the right side of the line. That was even after a little bobble. The snap was perfect. Looked like Quinn might have looked away there a little too quick.
Nice job there by number 58, Sawyer Kapala on the down block there. Nice job by Brock on the kick out. Dixon did a nice job of keeping the run in tight. Great play there for the Cats.
That's something that I think is so hard for people to see. You don't want him to run out wide there. That's designed to go right off the tackle there.
And that will be one of the keys here for the Wildcats, Coach O'Neill, as we get started here, just watch the strength of their running game. As we talked about with everybody is pretty well aware of the weapons the Cats have in the passing game. The run game coming along will make the Cats really be a huge addition here for the offense.
So Cats are lining up in Muddle huddle. Ratner is back to kick. Stephen Gavrick is taking the snap. So we'll see what they decide to do.
Coach O'Neill, as we have a new season, we get the snap here to the long side.
Oh,
Sam
to
gets
Sammy
it back
Set.
in. Is he a little bit short? Let's see. They're coming on in on it. Let's see if we see two hands up or if they're stopped short.
Lemont seems. Oh,
and they get him in. There we go.
Muddle huddle, first muddle of the season is good.
Coach O'Neill, as we get back for another year of the broadcast, that means we get a whole nother year of explaining the mathematical advantage of the muddle huddle. One of my favorite things to do for it, but a great job there for the Cats. Our drive here is we got it from our statistician up in the booth, Mr. Connie Cobal. Cats had 5 plays covering 82 yards, taking only 2 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock.
The big was the chunk play to La Vista, which was, what was that, 40 yards?
Yep, right around 40 yards, I would say.
Yards.
Yep, from there. So, Coach O'Neill, talk to us a little bit about the muddle huddle. From there, for anybody who's joined the broadcast here for the first time, I'm sure we're getting some folks going at home going.
Please correct the score.
So the Muddle Huddle is actually 8-0.
2 point
for you guys
conversion
downstairs. Muddle Huddle it's a swinging gate. It was run in the 1950s. It was a big play. It was brought to Libertyville High School by now Principal Ray Albin, Dr. Ray Albin, because we ran it in high school. And it was the property of the freshman B team for a while, then just the freshman team. And eventually the varsity guys finally got wise and were like, this is really cool. What are we going to do? And so it's basically forcing the other team to be prepared for you to go to 2 for 2 every single time. We'll get the kickoff here in a second, then we'll come back to Muddle Huddle. Jack Zaban, sophomore Jack Zaban, is doing the kickoff duties. This kid is a highly rated kicker. And don't be surprised if he puts it in the end zone with some good consistency here.
There's a nice high kick there from Zaban.
Just short on that one. Ball was dropped. It's live at the 5. He bounces off one man, and now he's scooped up by a host of Cats at about the 10-yard line. Nice job there. Some of the first guys there. Can't see. Basic's one of the first guys there, no doubt. Somebody's coming off, holding their hand a little bit here.
It looks like number 17, Ryan Stevenson there for the Cats. I hope he's doing okay. That was number 1, Zachorian Piscoul for Lemont, who had the return there. And so, Coach O'Neill, when it comes back with the muddle huddle, like as you said, one of the big things with the muddle huddle is the amount of time that the opposing team has to practice for and take out of what their normal game prep is. I know from watching that JV game too, Lemont runs a version of the muddle huddle, probably a little more so than even what we've seen from some other teams who do some modified versions there of the swinging gate muddle huddle kind of lineup. But it is something, like you said, that if you're not prepared for, it's an easy way to just get down right away. Because right now here for the Cats, as we're up at 8-0.
Tell me about the math, Coach. How does this work?
So, Coach O'Neill, we've had this kind of pop up a couple times here. Let's just play it out a little bit. If Lemont goes and let's say they just kick the field goal, it'd be 8-7 for the Cats. And the Cats come on back down get another muddle and make it 16-7. It now makes it a two-score game. Even though we've only scored twice. So the math kind of works itself out there back in their favor with the newfound wave of analytics in football over the past couple of years. It's definitely been something that's going for two has become more popularized as the Cats defense gets ready to take the field. You get motion here from the bottom of the screen to the top, handoff inside for the trap. And there's Zachorian Piscula on the carry. He gets about 4 yards there before he's met in the backfield, but looked by number 2, Mason Strader, there on the tackle.
So we got Brace Nichols at quarterback. He's listed at 6'3", 175. He is a senior this year, so we weren't entirely sure who was going to be back for him. So here you have pretty much standard 11 personnel. Snap is back, quick out to the outside to number 20, and
nice
he's
tackle.
met immediately. I believe that's Tommy Bunick on that side.
It was a great tackle there by Bunick. Cats playing with a little bit of off zone there. A lot of time you'll see that hitch, and the key to that is being able to get that tackle to down back for the stick so that the short pass doesn't become into the big play and force here Lemont into a 3rd and short situation.
That was a lie too, my bad. That was Mason Strader who made that tackle, so give credit where credit is due. Handoff goes up the middle, bounces to the outside.
Nice, met by a host of Wildcats.
Defensive line got their hands on right away, and then the linebackers just came through, and there was no doubt about that.
Let's see if we can get a replay here on that one. It was a nice job on that counter play of kicking that back to the outside. So like Coach O'Neill, we talked about on the Cats touchdown run, about wanting to keep the running back inside the pulling guard. So anytime that you pull a lineman, you want to keep your tailback or your running back, whoever's running the ball, inside of those big offensive linemen before they bounce it out. The Cats did a nice job of spilling it out there and gang tackling to the ball.
So Cats force a turnover. Lemont is lined up to punt. The ball is at the 18-yard line. The punter's at about his 2. We've got La Vista, and there's a penalty flag up. Nice kick,
nice
end over end.
Caught there by Blaze. He'll make one miss. As he cuts back in here, dart down the right sideline. Nice return there by Blaze. Let's see what we've got here on the flag for the penalty. We'll get informed here from our officiating crew.
It's got to be alignment or somebody jumped on the offensive side. They're down here talking to us. I don't
Legal
think you
formation
make them punt that one again,
on the kicking team. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. It's declined. First down, Libertyville.
So we'll take over the ball at the 35-yard line going in. Wanted to give a quick shout out to Maddie Kapala. She is the older sister of Sawyer, who's on the offensive line here for us. She's watching from school. So, Maddie, thanks for joining in with us. And while we're giving shout outs, Mason Strader, who just made that tackle, his grandma Mimi is watching also. And he found me in school today and wanted to make sure that we said hello to grandma.
That's awesome. Williams splits out wide here from the Cats for that tight end position.
They are way backed out, but we're still looking.
Shambo
And has him, looks at Brock. Oh, that was just two guys running into each other. I don't think that is pass interference.
Nope, but that is one thing that the Cats will do, Coach O'Neill, is to challenge you vertically downfield and also get their fair share of penalty calls with that too. Because as you said, that's one of those things where you're forcing somebody to have to make a play on the ball.
Yep.
And one of the interesting things too with the rules in high school football is there is no face guarding. So that is something to kind of, that there is a little bit more contact maybe than before, than maybe some other spots.
So Cats twins out to the right.
Here we go, there's the handoff back inside.
Thanks to Dixon. Man, he just makes two people miss so quick. Sorry, that's not Dixon. That was Steven Strelo, who's getting some carries. Coach Ori told me that they have a few guys who are going to be getting some carries besides Dixon, Strelo. Waldorf is going to be getting some carries.
Nice job by the O-line up front. Cats are moving here quick to get back up to the line of scrimmage here on first down. Here we go. Shambo back to pass with a little pin and pull on the handoff there to Strelo.
Strelo's stuffed up just about at the line, but man, he still didn't go down. What is Strelo's listed at 5'9", 180, but he is just a load. He's just got like one big ball of muscle.
So it'll bring up a second and long situation here for the Cats. Coach O'Neill, while we've got a little break in the action, I want to give a big shout out to Coach Kiernan and the varsity girls tennis team. They are competing today in the New Trier tournament, their first kind of big weekend tournament of the year. The team is in action today down in Winnetka, and they'll finish up that team tournament tomorrow down in Winnetka.
Excellent. So Shambo's got Seth out to his left. He's got La Vista coming in motion right now, coming close to the line. Sets in. Oh, I think we ran out of time on that one. We took a little bit too long.
Dead ball foul, delay a game.
So
The
we'll back
offense,
up, make a
5-yard
long
penalty.
second down, even a
Replay.
little bit
Second
longer.
down.
And you know,
Best
Coach
we
O'Neill,
can.
that's always one of those things as you get into the first game that it is a little bit different. As much as you can practice it, it is a little bit different with the mechanics of everything. Just takes a little bit getting used to, not kind of out of the ordinary to kind of see some of this in the first week.
First week, we always used to tell our freshmen, first week isn't about making mistakes. It's about who adjusts to the mistakes, who reacts to the mistakes. Because there's going to be week one mistakes, no matter what level you are, from freshman B football up to the pros. So the Cats stay in the same formation. Quinn takes the snap, gives the handoff
There's
to...
pin and pull. Nice job there by the offensive line, getting back up to the second level. Nice edge there as well. Looked like Blaze and Brock there on the edge to help with the big mules up front. As we get a look at some of those offensive linemen who are paving the way there for this Cats running attack. I wouldn't be surprised here, Coach Neal, Cats in 4-down territory as we look at 3rd and 7 here, call it.
Although I know they've been very impressed with Zaban's field goal kicking, and so they want to use that as a weapon. I don't know if they would on their second scoring drive of the season, but the kid's got a leg.
It is, and it's something definitely very valuable to have at the high school level.
Shambo, same formation as last time. Takes bobbles that snap and bobbles again. Strelo looks like he's the man who fell on it. I don't think it's the snap coming back. It's
not quite sure where it's at, you know, Coach Neal, but that's like we said, like it's just a matter of just being able to adjust here. And as you called for it, looks like we're sending the field goal team out here to give it a little chance of kick. Let's see where the block will probably go down at about 32. We'll call it a 42-yard field goal. It's a pretty good boot here at the call 45-yard field goal.
So Miles Mateski had been doing most of the snapping, and then he's out this week. So Max Frazen is there, but the snaps have been hitting Quinn in the hands. I wonder if they're just coming back at a different tempo that he's used to. So Zaban is there. Trevor Wallace has got the hold. The ball is down. The kick is up, and it's shanked a little bit to the left, but it did have the leg behind it.
It did, just a little bit, like you said, up there to the left. Had a little bit of spin on it and ended up just a smidge short.
Touchback ball on the 20-yard line.
So the offense sputters out a little bit after good field position, but the defense will come back out on the field. And that's one of those examples, Coach. That's it was a 5-yard penalty that really kind of changed the nature of that. Like,
correct.
You're setting up a makeable 2nd and 8. Now all of a sudden you've got to re-strategize. What are you looking at a long?
And I know that's something the coaches will probably talk about too, because we talked about those keys of the games about eliminating those 5-yard penalties, because that's where they really come to play a part and kind of show their head a little bit. So 3 receivers here to the bottom of the screen, 1 receiver at the top as Lemont takes the field. Handoffs back inside here on the run game for Lemont. Nice tough run there. Cats are met. Mason Strader comes up from his safety position to make the tackle. Looks like number 52, Everett Kendall's in there, as well as number 34, Dylan Doty in on the tackle there for the Cats.
Caden Bull, it looks like, or Butt, excuse me, was over there also. So the Cats are already rotating guys through, which when you have O-linemen going both ways is going to be something necessary.
And as we talked about with Lemont, Cats a similar defense here with kind of a 3-4 look with a 2-high shell right now at the top.
Ooh, an outside blitz coming.
A little pressure back in. Nice job there by the Cats, stuffing up that trap with that counter play again with the 2 offensive linemen pulling. As well, Cats doing a nice job at the point of attack, not allowing that play to get downhill. There's a nice shot there of number 23, senior linebacker Caleb Basic. I saw Caleb in class this semester when he came back in, so I'm like, Caleb, I think you've grown like another 2 inches as he's gotten in the locker room. I know he's not only a beast on the football field, but also on the wrestling mat as well.
So setting up a 3rd and 3 here, again, deep in their own territory. So back
There's
to
pressure
pass
coming
for
back in from the
second
back.
time we're saying, oh, not a lot of space. Oh,
and it looks like a little short, a little generous. It looks like a favorable spot there.
The completion
and they're going to call it short. They're going to call it. They're moving the chains there with the first down.
Completion was to Cole Johnson, wide returning offensive starter, and he just got into a spot and sat, and the quarterback was able to deliver. Just enough.
It was a nice job there by the Lemont quarterback, kind of going through his possessions. Looked like the Cats took away his first read, and he had to get to number 2 and number 3 in his progression.
For sure.
3 receivers here into the bottom of the screen. Pressure from the Cats as there's the pitch. Nice job by the running back rolling it in. That is number 26, Diane Julius for Lemont. who has a nice little run there to keep it at about second and to get us to about 2nd and 5. I know if we're talking to Coach Jones on the field before the game, this was one of the things he thought anticipated Lemont trying to do. We tried to slow the game down, use their running the game. Last year, that's what Lemont kind of had success with against us early. Lemont, I believe, got up 13-0 early before the Cats scored 22 unanswered points to kind of put it away. And Coach Jones anticipated that being kind of the plan attack for Lemont tonight.
Well, their best defense is going to be keeping our offense off the field.
Correct.
Back
There's
to
a little
pass,
pressure there for the
to
Cats.
the outside. Oh, bobbles just short. That one play wasn't really going anywhere no matter what, but sealed up, nicely done. And we'll set up a 2nd down.
Coming onto the field for the Cats is number 77, Aiden Lewandowski, and coming back on is number 64, Rhett Van Boning, as the Cats are subbing in up front on the defensive line.
The first meeting of Best Buddies will be this Thursday from 3:30 to 4 on the baseball field. Come out and play some games. We're getting to know some amazing students.
All right, well, here we go. This is 3rd down here, 3rd and 5. Cats are bringing the pressure. There's
little
shovel pass. Oh,
wow.
under the inside.
That's a block in the back, though. It's getting chased down, running all across the field. That was a really well drawn up play. They knew the Cats were bringing some pressure and just kind of popped right underneath it. Was really helped by a big block in the back.
It was. And Coach O'Neill, like you said, you get a little review here, or a little replay right here. That the opponent gets a vote too. Sometimes
right.
I think that gets forgotten. That the hats off to their nice kind of dial up, good kind of advanced.
Great hustle by Aiden Newby. Also come all the way from the far corner of the field, get across and get that tackle. Very, very nice play. Ball handoff is
nice
given,
job there
sealed
from the
up
Cats.
almost
Great
immediately.
tackle. That's number 23, Caleb Basic, and it looked like, let's see, number 24, Eric Waldorf. Coming in, nice job by that linebacking crew for the Cats to bring up 2nd and long.
Thing about a shovel pass, though, Coach, you don't usually call 2 of them in a game.
No, that's kind of a one and done type situation right there.
So if that's their big play, if that's the big one they got from there, I like our chances from that. So they are in 4 wide receivers, 2 up and 2 down, 1 running back standing next to him. There's some of that motion we talked about, kind of a rocket motion.
There's the
Ball's
play
going
action
up and
there.
over.
Oh, wow, what
wow,
a catch.
Did he catch that?
What a catch there. The Cats were there in position for the play action. And that was a heck of an adjustment of the ball in the air by number one.
Zachorian Pisculi. I didn't think he had a chance at that ball, especially with our defensive back hand in his face.
It was good coverage there by the Cats. They stayed with it, didn't really fall for the play action. Our defensive back looked like number 12, Munich, was right there with him. And again, hats off to Lemont there as they marched their way into the Wildcat scoring zone.
So Brace is back. He's got running back on either side of him. Lemont feeling pretty good right now. They've got something moving. They feel a little momentum
and
going.
This will be interesting to see, Coach, because the Cats have done a really good job tonight against the run overall. And now that the field gets in tight, this is where it would be interesting to see how Lemont does against that Cat rushing attack, because really the big guys up front for the Cats have done a nice job of stacking up those interior runs here for Lemont.
There's not a lot of room for them to go. They are at the 4-yard line. 2 running backs, 1 on either side.
Looks like it's the same play there. And again, the Cats hold in strong, forcing down to 3rd down.
Don't be surprised. I saw in Coach Budge's scouting report that they like to run counter when they've got the 2 backs in the backfield. After going both times to the left there, don't be surprised if they go back that way. And they can run it off of either motion or just flat set up like that.
And that's one thing that is always a little bit challenged down here with some of the goal line type fronts that you would get to see. Pulling 2 guys is always a little risky on that one. So we'll see what Lemont has dialed up here.
So once again, the 2 running backs got 2 wide receivers to his left. 1 to his right.
There you go. There's your counter.
There's the counter.
He pulls it off
but
of
he pulled it.
See if he can get back to the edge. What a tackle! That is number 2, Mason Strader, coming up from his safety position. And there you go, Coach O'Neill. That's where that interior run stuff, we're going to end of the quarter here. As you can see there on the replay, it looked like there was a little bit of an edge. Nice job from Mason of fighting that off. Coming up for a huge tackle, forcing a big 4th down here. So decision time here for Lemont, Coach O'Neill.
And Caden Budd, I want to give him credit there too, because he was able to, he pursued the play so that the quarterback couldn't cut back up and allowed Mason to get that angle.
It is. And Coach O'Neill, while we got a break here in the quarter, we've got something we're super excited about. That this year is the first year in the 100-plus year history of the high school that we are offering girls flag football. So we're super excited. It's the first year that the IHSA has adopted it as a sport in our first year here at LHS. I know Coach Rayfinder and the team had a tremendous turnout for camp this summer and this season. And the Wildcats traveled to Lakes this past Wednesday for their inaugural contest, first ever in the history of the high school. While the scoreboard didn't end up in the Cats' favor, the Cats fell to the Eagles from Lakes 6-0 in a hard-fought battle. The Cats are excited to come back home tomorrow to host the first ever NSC Flag Football Jamboree tomorrow here in our stadium. We've got 6 games coming at you tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. in our stadium all the way through the afternoon. So a full day of girls flag football here at LHS. The Cats will play at 11 o'clock tomorrow and at 1 o'clock. So you got a full morning. You can come on over, watch some varsity girls volleyball, then head out to the stadium and watch some varsity girls flag football.
That's a day right there.
It's a great day here for Wildcats. Like I said, we're super excited about it. Cats will be back home for a little action under the lights on Tuesday, September 3rd at 6:45 as we host Waukegan. And we're just excited you were talking about great energy. There's great energy around that program as well. We couldn't be happier for Coach Rayfinder and the team as they get started on this inaugural season.
All right, so here we go. 4th down. They're going for it, lined up. Right back to that same play they ran 3 times. And this time, I think he got close, but nobody's giving a signal.
Nobody's got the signal here yet.
We've got one side judge who...
They're calling him down.
There we go. Can't stop him at the 1. A great second effort by their running back, by Dean. But then the Cats just swarmed. And, I mean, we have to be inside the 1 there. You look at where the football's placed.
There it is. Let's see if we can get a replay back on that so we can give credit for there from tackle. But great job by the Cats defense of holding in there strong. And Coach O'Neill, great job with that advanced scouting report with the 2 counter plays back in the row. And the Cats have done a wonderful, I know that is Lamont's #1 running play. Cats have done an awesome job with it so far tonight and of really bottling up Lemont, hopefully forcing them into stuff that isn't maybe the bread and butter.
So we'll see what the Cats do. This is always a tough spot to call a play, especially when your offense is predicated on dropping back and getting passes everywhere. So wouldn't be surprised if we see an RPO. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Dixon coming across.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a ball way downfield, Coach O'Neill.
All right. So Quinn takes a pass or takes a snap, and there it is.
There
just
it is,
like Coach David said. And he's open. Gavrick's got it.
And there's Steve all the way down. They're not going to catch him.
They are not going to catch him. Coach Davis, just like you said, 40-yard pass, Shambo to Gavrick, and there's just too many weapons.
Oh, and we've got a flag here on the play. Flag here on the play. Let's see what the flag is.
That's got to be sideline. I bet that's sideline warning.
But again, that's that 99.5-yard touchdown here. We'll get the call here on the field.
It's sideline warning. Sideline warning on Libertyville. Result of the play, touchdown.
Wow, there we go. And so what a pass there by Quinn. Nice job by the offensive line, getting in and giving him back time. And that is a 99.5-yard touchdown pass.
Well, guess what, everybody? Sideline warning also on Lemont.
So
touchdown still
stands.
stands.
Straight up to kick this time. It was a little bit too close for comfort for the coaches last time. But I think they also like just doing a mix. They want to do it enough so teams have to prepare for it. But then also know we can just go out there and we can take one.
Yes,
We've got 2 of the better kickers in the conference in Ratner and in new sophomore Zabin. So why not go ahead?
And that is number 18, Ben Ratner, who's lining up back there to kick for the Cats. And again, on that play that we just saw, great job there by Quinn selling that little play action off the screen. The Cats used to start. And Ratner's kick is up and good. And then hitting Steve all the way back down. Steve easily made it past the defensive back. And then they weren't going to catch him once they had that one, Coach O'Neill.
No, he separated.
So, Coach O'Neill, while we're looking at action across all of LHS athletics, tomorrow the boys soccer team kicks off their season at the North Shore College Showcase, hosted by New Trier. The Cats will take on Loyola Academy at 10 a.m. at New Trier's Northfield campus. And then as part of games in that tournament, the Cats' next home game will be at home on Thursday at 6 p.m. here in the stadium. So on Thursday night, come on out, watch the Cats in action for their first home game of the year. So I know Coach Stunholm and the boys are excited to get the season up and going there. So good luck to our varsity boys soccer team as they get underway tomorrow.
Excellent. So with our defense coming back out on the field, I got to tell a quick story about Harrison Clarkson, and I had 2 different coaches tell me this story, that they love the intensity he brings, that they love the grit that he brings. And they had their 6 a.m. practice on Thursday the other day. And so everybody's kind of dragging, everybody's kind of slow. And Clarkson was at linebacker, and he's showing the blitz. He's showing like he's going to blitz. And he starts taunting our lineman. He goes, "It's a bad day to be a nose guard today. Bad day to be a nose guard." And just brought the whole energy of the practice up.
There's a kick there from the Cats all the way back to the 5. That's number 1, Pascual, and he's going to hit that crease. And runs right into his own player there on the tackle, as Lemont will take over on the 27th. So Lemont's statistician Connie Cowell just brought over to us that the last Lemont drive was 12 plays covering 80 yards, and the Cats countered with 1 play in about 10 seconds for 99.5 yards for a touchdown. So it'll be interesting to see what Lemont comes out here. They had a nice little mix of run and pass there on that drive. Coach O'Neill kind of punctuated by that well-timed screen call that was kind of the big chunk play. But the Cats really have done a nice job tonight against the run, really forcing Lemont into their second and third options, not necessarily, like we said before, that bread and butter for their
They're really
run
happy
game.
with. Division A state champion Libertyville Science Olympiad team wants you. They meet Thursdays after school in 241. They're having a preseason meeting this Thursday, the 5th, with this season officially starting the next week. If you have questions, see Mr. Carstead or check us out at the activity fair on Thursday. And for all of you listening who are at LHS, that activity fair is during all the lunch periods on Thursday, and you can check out all of the great clubs and activities and everything we have that offers around the school. So get yourself involved.
There's a lot of stuff. I know, Coach, we were talking. We have pages upon pages of announcements tonight.
We do. We have
for
a lot.
That folks want us to share to help get the word out as the school year gets started. So if you're an LHS student, you're listening at home, there's tons of way to get involved. Put yourself out there, try something new, maybe something you might have been thinking about. If it's something you're, I wish I would have done that, now's the time to kind of get in and get started, because it's a start that stops most people, and it's a great way to just start out the new year to trying something different, maybe trying something new.
You know, while we're talking about that, are you interested in the story of LHS? Wildcat Historical Association is dedicated to preserving, collecting, and sharing the history of Libertyville High School. Our first meeting is this Tuesday after school in room 224.
And who can they see if they're interested in the Wildcat Historical Association, Coach O'Neill?
You know, you can go ahead and check in with me.
Oh,
if
there
you're
you go.
Interested. So
wonderful, wonderful.
We got some more sports news, Coach.
We do. So let's go on and check in on the varsity girls golf team. The Cats started out the season with not only a victory against Antioch up at Spring Valley Country Club, but a hole-in-one by freshman Kenzie Christie, I believe at the 6th hole at Spring Valley Country Club with an 8-iron from about 145 yards, maybe 155 yards away. They started out to open the season, and the Cats have been on a roll since then. The Cats won the Warren Quad at Thunderhawk Golf Course already this year and took 3rd last Friday in our Libertyville invite that's held up at Shepherd's Crook Golf Course. The Cats at the LHS invite were led by Christie with a score of 81 and Josie Mitron with a score of 82. Coach Peterson and the Cats are back in action on Wednesday, September 4th, as they host the Scouts of Lake Forest for an NSC dual match up at Thunderhawk Golf Club in Beach Park, Illinois.
You ever gotten a hole-in-one, Coach?
I haven't. I would really like to. I've come really close, Coach O'Neill. If that's the case, you would have to just change my graphic to say ace.
So Lemont lined up in 4 quick out there, and handoff went. I don't know what the penalty is.
Dead ball foul,
up,
encroachment. Number 44 on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
Encroached. We got a little excited, got a little close. That would be just lining up in there, I think.
So, Coach O'Neill, as we get started here, it kind of feels like this is a big drive here for Lemont to keep them. Lemont drove all the way down, got probably as close as you could without getting the ball into the end zone there, and the Cats came one play, boom, flipped the field, and they're back at it. This seems like this is going to be kind of a big point here for Lemont to keep some of that momentum going as we get going here throughout the second quarter.
Agreed. And sets up a short first down, 1st and 5 now.
There's that counter play.
The counter again.
And again, the Cats have done a nice job with it. They really haven't allowed any of that crease, because like Coach O'Neill said before, that counter play really is at its best. We're able to crease it north and south, and it doesn't get strung out there on the edge like the Cats have been doing. It's been a nice job all night. Very impressive for the Cats here against the run.
Quick shout out to 3 small people. Claire, Annie, and Shannon are watching at home with their wonderful mother, Amy O'Neill. And so you girls should be going to bed pretty soon here. But thanks for checking in, and I love you guys, and we'll see you in the morning.
All right, so we got 3 receivers here to the top of the screen. 1 here to the bottom as Lemont lines up for a second and short. Call it second and a long one here.
Rolling our safety down. We got nobody up top. This looks like, oh, did he end up in the neutral zone? We got a little too excited. Safety Mason was
Dead ball
coming
foul,
down to
encroachment,
to
number
launch a
4 on the
blitz, and
defense,
went just
5-yard
about a
penalty.
step too
Result of the
far.
play, first down.
Gave it to them easy. But that was interesting, Coach. The Cats had all 11 within 5 yards there. They were daring Lemont.
It is, and you know,
to
Coach,
go
you know,
over the
we
top.
see that from one of the teams in our conference. Lake Forest likes to play a lot of man coverage, bring everybody up in tight, to give them different looks from there. Be interesting to see how that plays out here for the Cats. Throughout the course, and it looks like we've got another 5-yarder here going against the Cats.
And that one was a hard count. That one
Dead
you
ball
just have to
foul,
watch the ball.
encroachment, number 60 on the defense. 5-yard penalty
So,
again.
I feel like
Replay first down.
we did not run much man at all over the course of the last couple years.
Yeah, I know, you know, like Coach Budge and Coach Schrader kind of changed it up there on the back end. Be interested to see what they got cooked up for this year. Here's pressure here from the bottom of the screen for the Cats. Handoff in for Lemont.
Man, 3rd penalty in a row. What do we got here?
Maybe this might be a little false start here if they blew it dead, but it looked like there was a crease there for Lemont for the first time in the run game. So
Well, if he started
one way or
early-
the other.
If he started
Dead ball
early,
foul,
I hope
false
you get
start,
a
number
crease.
66 on the offense.
So we'll go back
5-yard
there
penalty,
again.
still first down.
So Coach O'Neill, if you're sitting at home going, wow, I wish these guys would just keep those flags in the pocket, and you think you can do a better job than your officials, fantastic. We'd love to have you join the ranks of our individuals who dedicate their time to officiate high school sports across the state with the IHSA for all of our sports. If you're interested in becoming an IHSA licensed official, please contact Mr. Woods in the athletic office. We would love to help you get set up so that you too can officiate and help us out, because we do have a shortage in all of our sports here of officials.
Oh, nice defensive play
Right.
there over the top. Blaze La Vista, timing that well, came up. Receiver just kind of sat in the pocket right underneath the safety, and Brace was feeding it to him. Pretty good toss. Blaze was able to time up his hit and get his hands on that ball. So now it's after the string of penalties. Now it's 2nd and 10.
That was a nice job there. Like you said, Coach, you know, good timing there from Blaze from that free safety position of coming up and doing a nice job of not driving through the receiver, calling the
Good
play.
point.
Blaze did a nice job of just reaching over the top, getting that ball batted away. Nice play.
So 2nd and 10. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left.
Here we go, 5-man rush here for the Cats. Oh, big play. Oh,
Wow.
able to get it out. Cats had the pressure there. Looked like that was number 32, Tyler Creel, or maybe number
Jack-
33,
yeah,
Jack Trudelar.
Trudelar.
There in on the pressure on Lemont. Cats brought 5 there. Just barely got that away to bring it to 3rd and 5
Nice
here
ad-
for Lemont.
Nice adjustment on that play by Trudelar to get through to the quarterback. It looked like he got pushed to the outside a little bit, and he was able to dip back down and get in. That one little chuck that the offensive lineman gave him got him just enough time to get that ball out.
It'll be interesting to see what Lemont has dialed up here. Last 3rd and medium, the Cats came in. Cats brought a little pressure, and Lamont's had that screen dialed up here. It'll be interesting to see what Lemont goes to here for that 3rd and long play.
So Cats are dropping Mason back. Looks like they've got some more men, and we got another penalty. Oh, I think that was play clock.
Delay a game.
Yeah. And
Dead
again,
ball
you brought
foul,
it up. First
delay a
week
game.
these things happen,
Offense,
but
5-yard penalty.
it feels like they start
Replay,
to get a
3rd
little
down.
contagious when you get a couple here. And I mean, this is our 6th penalty between the 2 teams on this drive right now.
It is, and that's one of the things, Coach O'Neill, especially like with that delay game, that it kind of just shows itself up where you get that little bit of delay, that little hesitation like we saw Lemont there from the sideline, and it just kind of slows down the whole mechanics, the whole operation.
So same formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Running back next to Brace. Takes a
Here's
snap.
the
He's
pressure here
looking
from the
right
Cats.
away.
There's
Looking
number
to the slot.
64, Rhett Van Boning, up the inside. And there's the scramble back. Spin move out, but the Cats rally from there on the quarterback, on the keeper, to keep it within a 4-yard. That was RVB, Rhett Van Boning, with the pressure to force him out of the pocket. Nice job there by Rhett with the pass rush, and that'll bring a 4th down here from Lemont.
Got a nice replay you see here. Good pressure, good rush coming around. Good back pressure there, giving good chase right there. Is RVB, like Coach said, and the Cats rally to the ball.
All right, so here we'll see Lemont come back to punt. Looks like that is Sam Seth and Blaze La Vista again back deep here for the Cats.
So last punt got a nice punt. This snap a little high. Oh, just missed. Might have gotten a hand on it the way that got off. Good pressure there. That was not surprisingly Basic who got in and got those big long arms up and caused some. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Strelo.
No, I think it's Basic.
Yeah,
Coach
it is
O'Neill.
Basic.
Yep.
You're right. It is Basic. I was like, that looks, not that Strelo's small, but that looks awful big to be Strelo.
It is, and like you said, it looked like there was a hand on it. Kind of looks like when I shank my 7-iron off the tee on a par 3 from there. So we want to give a big shout out to the varsity boys golf team. They've started out the season splitting the LHS Triangular with Lake Forest and Vernon Hills. The Cats took second place out of 9 teams at the Barrington Invite so far this season, where they were paced by Parker Johnson, who took second place as an individual medalist, and Cole Eiserman, who took 5th place. Cats are back in action tomorrow out at Buffalo Grove Golf Course at the Buffalo Grove Invite.
So that's something that Coach already talked about. They wanted to see, oh man, another alignment penalty. You saw in that last play, LaVista went in motion and Brock switched sides. He's tight end. And again, just trying to create a matchup nightmare for teams that they need to,
Legal shift,
need to decide.
number 11 on the
offense. Are they going
offense.
to swap all their defenders?
5-yard penalty. Replay, first up.
Are they going to swap their defenders, or are they just going to take the matchup that they end up with? And so that handoff went to Dixon, but I think what the coaches were looking at there is, let's see what they're going to do with that.
And
to
Gavin,
set up the next
did
one.
a nice job as he came back outside of sticking his foot in the ground and getting back vertical once he had made that cut outside and getting downhill there for a nice run. See if the Cats come back here too soon. There's a big chunk play there in the run game for the Cats.
So 1st and 15 now, back at the 20, or about the 22. Give it to Dave. Oh, nope. Quinn holds on to it, dumps it off to number 13, who's
That's Brock
kept
Williams,
on his feet.
and he
Brock from the
is
tight
taking
end.
off. What a run there.
That was Brock. That was exactly what you were saying before. He's hiding at that tight end. Nobody really looks for him. Great play action from Quinn, and then just pop. Here we
So
go.
you
There's
can
the
see it
play
back
action.
here off the play fake. Sits
Nobody
right into the
sees
hole.
him.
Nobody back in. Nice job there.
Makes
Breaks
one guy
one
miss.
tackle, and then he's off for a big chunk play there with the run after the catch.
Excellent design right there. Excellent setup. Well executed by the boys. Quinn's looking downfield, and this is where he's very dangerous.
Here we go. Takes off to run. Gets a couple here. Call it a gain of 4, maybe a generous 5 there for Quinn as he took off. It was a nice job there of Quinn being decisive as he went off and ran on there to get what he could.
Well, what I think is unique about his skill set at quarterback, too, one of the unique things, is he keeps his eyes downfield so well, but he's not afraid to just tuck it and go. Like,
Yep.
he makes that decision quick because he can see if it's going to be there or it's not.
And that's where the Cats had a lot of big chunk plays last year as the year went on, where Quinn was able to take the ball off and run. As we talked about earlier, teams were honoring that passing threat there from the Wildcats.
So Quinn's got 2 to his left, 1 way out to his right. He's going to take that back. He's got lots of time. Great protection there. Ball is up, and he's got his man deep. Goes up. Oh, just barely. Can't hold on to it. That was to Gav right there. And again, that's one of those examples like what you said earlier. He had the time to let the play develop, and he has the arm to get it there.
Nice job by the guys up front to give Quinn time to make that. And, you know, I'll take that throw from the Cats right there, for
Heck
sure.
yeah.
Offensive end, Mules up front did a great job with the protection to give Quinn time. And that's where the Cats can really be dangerous, because we talked about there in the first quarter, it's hard to cover people for that long, especially with the guys that the Cats can put out those skills positions.
Nice pickup of a guy, too, by Dixon. Not trying to take credit from the Mules at all, Coach. Dixon picked up one guy who was coming through, and so that gave Quinn that extra time.
Here we go, 3rd and long here for the Cats, or 3rd and call it a medium.
Oh,
There's
he's
a
got
deep
him
ball.
beat.
He's got him right there from Sam Seth. And
That's
that's number 4, Blaze
that's Blaze.
LaVista.
That's
and
just
he's in
almost
for a
unfair.
touchdown.
I mean, he's just faster. He's going to be faster than almost anybody he goes up against.
It is. Great release there off the line of scrimmage. And at that point, there wasn't much that could stop Blaze there from that
penalty.
spot.
We're going to have a celebration penalty, I think, Coach. So here you see Quinn just puts it out, and then Blaze drops it into another gear because he knows he has his kid beat, but he's got to get under that ball, and he just turned it up even faster. And so that was, what, 40 yards was that? 30, 35?
About a 35-yard. We'll get a call here on the flag here from our officials here in a second.
Looks like we're lining up in Muddle again.
Coach O'Neill, do you have any club news for us while we're waiting for that call here?
I sure do, Coach. You don't even have to ask. The GSA, Gender Sexual Alliance, will have its first meeting on Tuesday,
dead ball
the 3rd
foul
and
after the
2:58
touchdown,
after school.
unsportsmanlike
We'll be
conduct.
crafting and getting
Number
to know
4
each
on
other.
Libertyville.
All
15-yard penalty will be
LGBTQ+
assessed on the
students
kickoff.
and their allies
Touchdown
are
is good.
welcome. So what was the penalty, Coach? Was it excessive celebration?
It is, and then they're going to take that penalty on the kickoff here as the Cats line up here for a field goal with 6 minutes, 29 seconds left here in the second quarter.
So Ratner getting the PAT duty on this one. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, and easily good, heading back towards the word check building. And just like that, after you brought it up, Coach, like that was an important drive for Lemont, stalls out, and then the Cats storm back. Now all of a sudden you are hurting if you are Lemont. You're looking up at that scoreboard.
And the Cats have done a nice job tonight, Coach O'Neill, of while we've expected, and you would expect in the first game, some of those like smaller little 5-yard penalties. The Cats have done a nice job bouncing back and reacting from kind of like what Coach Shack has shared and those keys of the game about being on the beach and being in control of your emotions so that then you can be in control of your performance. Cats have done a nice job by that, by just keep chipping away at it. You haven't seen, it's been good body language on the sidelines. Everybody's been locked in, ready to go. It's been impressive here so far at the start.
They're just doing it, like you said, and I think it helps because they're seeing results of what they're doing. I feel like last year sometimes they were doing the right thing, but they weren't quite getting the positive results. It definitely feels a lot better to have those things snowball when you're getting the positive results.
That last Wildcat drive was 4 plays, 73 yards with 3 passes, 1 run in 1 minute 30 seconds. That was capitalized there by that long pass from Quinn Shambo to number 4, Blaze La Vista.
So Cats are kicking off from their 25, which is a rough spot to be in. The the deep men for Lemont are starting all the way at the 20. That's about, that math works out for me, with Jack Zabin doing the kicking. See some of these guys here who are on special teams. Matthew Liu is here. You've got Jack Trudelar. Ryan Faez is on there. And they will catch the ball right at, no, you get it, I got it, you got it. Ball's bobbled around at the 20. 25.
And that was a nice job there, coaching by the Cats, maintaining those coverage lanes. Sometimes there, everybody gets bunched up together. That ball can get popped outside, kind of like what we saw with Sam in that first one. Ball kicked over the hash. One guy's out of place. Sam was gone if it wasn't there for that penalty to start the game. They're kind of a similar situation where the ball kind of takes funny bounces on the ground for a little bit, and the Cats did a nice job keeping those rush lanes. I know Coach Schrader and the special team staff would be excited with that.
And it's hard because your instinct is to zone in towards it, but you've got to stay in your lane and don't cross the streams.
Here we go, 5-man front here for the Cats.
6.5 left here. There's that slide motion. We haven't seen too much of that. Trying to get another blocker in the category.
And there's a little change up there from Lemont. We've seen Lemont pull 2 offensive linemen with a kind of like a counter type look so far tonight. That was a little bit more of a traditional power play. Lemont is a gap scheme team primarily. Very similar to some of the things the Cats have done. And you'll see where the difference is between both teams are either a zone team or a gap scheme team. Lemont, they're just only pulling 1 offensive lineman, trying to change it up a little bit here in the run game tonight. Nice shot here from the end zone. My favorite view of watching football, Coach. And
it's great.
Coach O'Neill is the end zone
just like watching on Saturdays or Sundays. Great shot of Clarkson Harrison there, seeing where he's going, and man, that gets stuffed up quick.
There you go. Nice job by the Cats defensive line, linebacking crew there up front.
And I mean, you were just talking about gaps, talking about going to the zones. Like, everybody was in the spot, so that running back had nowhere to go. It was like he was hitting a solid wall because the linemen went to their spots, the linebackers came in and filled and closed down. There was just nowhere to go.
Yep, good defense is sometimes underappreciated, Coach O'Neill, where there's a lot that goes into that. Great job by everybody being assignment, gap sound, stringing out, putting Lemont back into kind of third medium, third long position, which they've struggled with tonight. Outside of that shovel pass that they had, this has really been a difficult down and distance so far for Lemont.
Dropping back to get into the outside, and dropped. They don't do a heck of a lot to the outside. Looking at all the plays that Coach Budge drew up that they do, that's just not their comfort zone. And I wonder if it's...
And that is a longer throw there for that hitch all the way out across the field. You can see that ball took just a little bit longer to get back out there. Gave the Cats DBs time. Even that ball is caught. Looked like we were going to be tackled well short of the first down stick. So Cats offense is getting a chance to go back at it again. Coach Budge and the defense forced that 3 and out. Nice job by the defensive unit, as it looks like it's La Vista and Seth back deep again for the Cats.
So the punts have been a little shaky. We'll see what happens here. I shouldn't say the punts have been shaky. One of them was. First one was nice, and Seth makes a fair catch there. Cats will take over at the 40-yard line. Feels good as an offensive coordinator when you're getting the ball in that area.
It does, Coach Neal. The Cats have had a nice rhythm so far here. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Cats continue to work on establishing that run game. Like I saw, the Cats have had some good success up front with the run game so far. It has allowed them the passing game to shine because there's been some of those chunk plays that have come in the running game to kind of set up those drives. They've been finished off by some of the passes and some of the bigger pass plays here, but the big guys up front have done a nice job with that.
Dixon is standing behind Shambo. We've got Seth, LaVista, Gavrick over here. The give is to Dixon, and he's up the middle for a hard 7-8, still going.
That looks like number 81, Joey Chulo, coming in at the tight end position there for the Cats. Nice job there, kind of on that little dual play as that goes off tackle. Good job of sticking your foot in the ground there at the running back position, getting back downhill. That's number 27, Steve Strelo, there on the carry.
And this is kind of almost a embarrassment of wealth. We can send our backup tight end, who is 6 foot 195, when we want to put some hosses there. Quinn is back to pass. He's got lots of time once again, making it to the second level. And just can't reach. But we do have a penalty. Looks like it's going to be pass interference on Lemont.
And that's one too. There, if you watch there, Coach Neal, with the secondary from Lemont, Cats have so much speed on the outside that little hesitation.
Pass interference on the defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Result of the play, first down.
And those of you who are tuning in, who don't watch a ton of high school football, that's not a spot penalty like you see in the league. That is a 15-yard penalty.
It's also not an automatic first down like you see in the league, where it is, if it's a 1st and 25, you'd be at 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
But even still, as we were saying, like that safety with that little bit of hesitation, that's all the Cats need. And then you get yourself into that trail position where you're going to get those defensive pass interference plays called, especially with speed, like we said, that the Cats can put there on the outside.
So we've got Trips down here at the bottom of your screen. We've got Williams, so he had been playing tight end, and now he's spread out wide. We've got Dixon going in motion.
Quinn up the gut right there on the quarterback keeper. Nice job as he bounces back outside. He's got an angle as he's getting back inside the 10. A nice run there, nice quarterback run there from Quinn Shambo as he peeled off a 25-yard run there. Nice cutback off the run game, feeling that over pursuit. You can see that there. Nice job by the offense line up front. That looks like number 67. Let me get a number there. Andrew Langfeld, maybe 68. Max Frazen there on the double team block. Nice job there by the Cats.
And a great design to get everybody moving over to one side and then Quinn just right back under. Just reminds everybody what a phenomenal athlete he is.
There's Shambo on the keeper. He's able to stick in even with the pressure back in his face.
Wide open back in the end zone. Is he able to keep his feet in?
Oh, no, they're saying
he's out of bounds. That was just barely too much. That's Sammy Seth.
Quinn did a nice job of just even getting that ball off. You saw a little bit of that catcher release there on that one as he wasn't able to have his base right back underneath. I think we saw during baseball season for Coach Thompson a couple of those back picks in the over the course of the baseball season there from Quinn. That kind of looked like that same type of throw.
Gave up 1 stolen base in conference play. 1. That is ridiculous. Some guys give up 2 a game. He gave up 1.
All right, so here we go. We'll get back. It's a 2nd and 10. Cats cannot get a first down, or 2nd and 9 here, we'll call it. Ball spotted inside the 10 here for the Cats.
On the right hash, spread way out to the left of the wide receivers. That's Brock that's coming into the slot. Sammy, they love him here. They get
nice
the block
blocking
on the
there
outside.
on the edge.
Great blocking.
Nice blocks.
Coach, I feel like there's something that we could say about that.
Great play, good plays become great plays when wide receivers block. You can see it right here. That looks like number 11, Steven Gavrick, number 13, Brock Williams. Nice job there on the screen to Sam Seth. Wonderful blocks there to be able to get in the way. Sam did a nice job of keeping that outside and not trying to cut it back inside as he got in there for the Cats.
Right,
Just a nice
it feels like it. You're like, I could go.
Coach
It's
O'Neal.
right there.
Just keep running to the outside. It's like the old jet sweep from back in the early 2000s. Hash number sideline and just outrun everybody.
All right, so Ratner is set up for the PAT as the Cats score quick. That was another 1.5-minute drive, I think. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is not just good, it's great. And the Cats offense will walk off the field all of a sudden up 28-0, Coach, in the first half.
We'll call it 29-0, Coach.
29-0.
O'Neill, as we come in here, that last Wildcat drive, like you said, 60 yards in 4 plays, 1 minute and 11 seconds taken back off the clock. And the Cats are starting to get into cruise control here tonight as we finish things up. The impressive thing, Coach O'Neill, with the Cats is that we've seen the explosive plays, the big plays, but the Cats have been methodically, they haven't been relying on the big plays to get going there. They've been using the big plays to punctuate. It's been really impressive to watch so far here from the Cats in all phases. Same with the defense. Defense has done a great job. Some big stands there with Lemont of stopping them back in short. Offense is taking advantage of it. Great complementary football. Special teams has done well tonight. You know, there's a lot of positives to come away so far from this game.
And you're right. And one of the things that made me think of that too while you were talking is it's been in a lot of different situations. Lemont has set up a drive and they've been able to stop them. Lemont has gotten a couple penalties to help them, and the Cats were able to stop them defensively. And then, like you said, offensively, they've been establishing the run game. They're working on everything here today. That's great to see. So Zabin's kick is up. It's caught at about the 8. Cut in, set up for a middle return here. Cats once again do a great
nice
job staying in their lane and not over pursuing. Staying tight, not getting around the back, slowing down and settling in. So,
Coach O'Neill, as we have a little bit of a break here as Lemont comes back out on the field, want to give a big shout out to the girls and boys cross country teams who started their season this past Wednesday at the Stevenson Invite. Elise Collin took 4th place in the varsity girls race, and Philip Wojak, Thomas Chudy, and Peter Rappa went 2, 3, 4 in the varsity boys race as the boys took the championship over there with a score of 22. The highest you can get is 15. They had a strong showing there from the Cats. Both teams are back in action on Wednesday, racing in the Lake County Championship at Lakes Community High School.
So a little dump out there to number 11. I lost him. Hey, if any of you out there are going to be athletic directors or people who manage rosters, always put your rosters in number order, not in alphabetical order. That was out to Johnson, the wide receiver. So they pick up a first down to get them out of their out of deep position here. They're out to the 35.
So, Coach O'Neill, as we were talking about earlier, Cats got the ball here to start the game. So this here is a kind of an opportunity for Lemont to get 2 for 1. You can see here with the screen, stay back in there, get a nice little pickup on first down. But this is an opportunity for Lemont to go 2 kind of for 1 in this situation as they come on down. So as we talked before, this is another big situation here for Lemont and for the Cats too about how this last 4 minutes of the half kind of gets played. Like, you know, that's one of the things that, again, as you look at the rise of analytics in football, and now if you look at NFL and even college, most everybody has the analytics side on staff. This is a lot of area of the game where there's been a lot of research done about how those different combinations in and the effect that has kind of that win outcome.
We've got a new quarterback in for Lemont too, Michael Prius, and he's now completed 3 passes in a row. Excellent tackle.
That looked like number 44. Let me get a number on that for the Cats. That's Jack Gimbert. There on the tackle. Nice job ducking underneath that offensive lineman there on the screen.
And so Lemont decides, I don't know if Brace got hurt or if they decided it was just time for a changeup, but they bring in Prius, who is a sophomore, the class of 27. Would that make him a sophomore?
It would. And Coach O'Neill, you've seen Lemont put the ball in the air a little bit more here too.
Well, three
drive.
straight, and he's going.
There's back there from the back on the screen. Nice job by the Cats of rallying there. That looked like that was number 23, Caleb Basic. Number 12 is Tommy Bunick coming up from his corner position there on tackle. 4th down and short here. Lemont looks like they're bringing out the punting unit. Now there's time for the Cats offense to come back in. I think our average drive length, if I'm looking through the notes tonight, it's about 1:30 something. So, yeah, looks like the Cats are in prime position here with a full complement of timeouts to get another one up here on the board or get some points before the half.
They've got they obviously have confidence in his arm, in Prius's arm, because they were thrown to the outside. They weren't going deep, though. So I wonder if they were trying to get him a couple throws under his belt, settle down. If he is a sophomore playing Friday night under the lights, thrown in a rough first quarter or rough first half.
And Coach O'Neill, as we're finishing up here, As we're going through my notes here for our upcoming LH athletic events, I want to give a big shout out to the girls swimming and diving program. Coach Herman and the Cats are going to get the season started with the Battle of D128 as they make the trip down to Vernon Hills High School this upcoming week on Thursday. The Cats will compete down against the Cougars in Vernon Hills on Thursday, September 5th, starting at 5 p.m. at all levels there as we get underway for the girls swimming and diving season.
Excellent. And hey, follow LHS Student Council on Instagram and be in the know on school-wide Student Council initiatives. Student Council Instagram handle is @StucoLHS1. Visit the link in bio to purchase merch. And all proceeds go to Student Council. Oh, the snap for the punt is way over his head. It's still bouncing all around. And the Cats are going to get that. I don't know that they'll need a minute 30 for this one, Coach.
I don't think so either here, Coach O'Neill. That is number 44, Jack Gimbert, on the recovery there. Puts the Cats in great position here to capitalize here before the half as the Cats offense is getting huddled up there next to Coach Ori and Coach Christensen on the sideline, getting ready to take the field. So while we got a little break, Coach, I got to give a little shout out to my two tiny humans at home, Addison and Theo. Hope you guys are asleep right now and get to watch this tomorrow when we watch the replay. And if you're not, I'd like to tell my wife Lisa that I love you. And good luck to everybody at home.
So that's just, I mean, that's an example of when it rains, it pours right here. If you're Lemont, you're feeling you just want to get out of this half, get that ball kicked out away, try to hold them out. And now you set up the Cats from the 15-yard line, but already explosive offense on a short field. Oh, Quinn is going to.
Oh, almost broke back out of that there.
Still.
We've seen a lot of three receiver sets here so far for the Cats with Brock as that single spot there at the tight end position. And that really puts a lot of stress back there in defense because your run strength is the one side, pass strength is the other. Kind of makes you kind of pick and choose about how you're going to kind of line up there for the Cats. And Lemont did a better job there in the coverage, and we had, for the first time, some of the pressure that has gotten into Shambo on the evening.
Yeah, and that came right off the edge, so I'm wondering where Brock went on that one, if he just had a free release.
There's the pull there, handoff. Nice job by Dixon setting up his block as he cuts back in.
Man.
Oh, nice run. Looks like he's going to be in. I can't get the angle from here, but being close. But Gavin did a really nice job of staying in there tight in behind his pulling guard, who was number 67, Andrew Legfeld, and setting up that block and then finishing that with bang. Cats are hurrying up to the line of scrimmage for third and call it 2. There's the pass back there out to Gavrick. And Cats going quick.
There we go.
DB not in position. We'll call it 6 for the Cats. Nice throw, nice catch. And it's 35-0 Cats with 17.7 seconds left here in the first half. And Coach O'Neill, that's kind of like, I would say that's the sprinkles on top of the sundae of a pretty nice half football here for the Wildcats.
They're going to look back, and obviously they're going to look at those penalties. They're going to look at a couple missed opportunities, but there haven't been too many of them.
No, and there's always stuff to clean up from week 1 to week 2. You know, a lot of teams that make the biggest step in growth throughout the season between week 1 and week 2, which I'm sure the Cats will do there. Not one to, assume too much here as we get going through this game. But it'll be interesting to see how the Cats continue to move on for this and keep going about their business and being able to take care of the things that are set in front of them, play the next play, and not get too far ahead as we get going here through the year.
So just real quick again, follow the Student Council on Stuco LHS1. Connie Kowal lets us know that play was.
3 plays covering 12 yards in a minute 4, 2 runs, 2 pass. Gavin Dixon with that big run to set up the touchdown throw from Quinn Shambo to Stephen Gavrick.
Do you want to learn how and why people behave the way they do, Coach Davis?
Coach O'Neill, that is something I would like to know.
Then Psychology Club might be the place for you. Join us after school on Monday, September 9th in room 217 for demonstrations on visual and perceptual illusions. Come learn more about the fascinating world of psychology.
Coach O'Neill, do you have an artifact that is part of LHS history?
I might.
Is there a box in your attic full of old stuff related to LHS that you don't want to throw away but don't know what to do with? The Wildcat Historical Association welcomes donations or loan as part of its mission to preserve and share LHS history. Contact
me
for more information. I know, Coach O'Neill, I was talking to Coach Eggert in the hallway today and asked him, I'm like, Coach E, how many old LHS wrestling shirts do you think you have sitting around here? I don't think Coach E even had a number that he could give for me. I know I've got a couple of old football shirts from 2004 that I still do some yard work in, and I'll probably keep those for a long time. Those are kind of collector's items at this point.
Absolutely. I still have one from '04 from when I was teaching here. That's a house shirt. So the kick from Zaban goes down to the 15. It's brought out to just short of the 20. I'd imagine we're going to see Lemont take a knee here and lick his wounds.
So as
Mr.
Mr. Gore has come on up to get ready to announce for the band, I'm excited for this Mission Impossible drumline thing. I can't wait here for halftime to get a catch at that and see what they've got cooked up for us this year as Lemont takes the knee here to end out the half. You know, really impressive half here for the Cats. Coach O'Neill, they're going to go into the locker room up 36-0. And, you know, there's been a lot of positive. Like I said, obviously some things to clean up, but it's been a really impressive showing for the boys. Kind of a workman-like, too, with the big explosive plays, but also like those chunk runs and things that have really set up those explosive plays. Strong defense, great special teams. Been a very solid half of football.
Been an excellent half of football, and we will turn it over to the LHS marching band for halftime, and we will see you on the other side of the half with the Cats up 36-0 in a dominating Week 1 performance.
This year, the marching Wildcats present their halftime show, Secret Agent Band. First up, featured in 27 films and performed by countless artists, Monty Norman's theme to the James Bond films has become a musical signature, synonymous with the spy genre, perfectly encapsulating the essence of the world's most suave, daring, and famous secret agent. James Bond, that is, not John Fishel. This unforgettable melody features both brass and an air of mystery. Our marching Wildcats open their show with the James Bond theme. This next piece, composed by Henry Mancini, is an iconic example of how a musical score can shape and enhance a film's character. Featuring the whimsical Inspector Jacques Clouseau with cool jazz and warm humor, we present The Pink Panther. unpredictable and dangerous world of espionage. Taking it into high gear with Mission Impossible. We now feature the Wildcat drum line. The Varsity Wildcats will close our portion of the evening with our song that may be best known as part of one of our newer spy franchises. Originally written in 1962, Quincy Jones' Soul Bossa Nova evokes the groovy spirit of the 60s while aligning seamlessly with the Austin Power franchise's satirical take on the spy genre. We now present Soul Bossa Nova. Yeah, baby. Thank you, Marching Wildcats. We'll now feature our award-winning LHS Pop Squad under the direction of Casey Dugan and Megan Walter. Please enjoy this rendition of AC/DC's Thunderstruck. Since 1945, the Varsity Wildcats have been their halftime show by forming our school letters on the field. Please enjoy this 79-year Libertyville High School tradition, the Block LHS. Now, Wildcat fans, get on your feet for loyal and true. The marching Wildcats are in the direction of Adam Gorman at Carson with percussion instructor Savannix. Drum majors are Jessica Hedlund, Nathan LaCosar, and Amelia Smith-Robinstein. The marching Wildcats would like to give a special thanks to all of our student leaders and parent volunteers for their assistance in preparing today's performance and for all of their support this season. Join us at the next home game as we welcome our middle school future marching Wildcats at the homecoming game on October 4th, where we will debut our brand new uniforms. Now let's cheer on our Wildcats to a victory over Lemont. In Wildcat action earlier tonight, the junior varsity football team defeated Lemont 42-14. The freshmen will host Lemont tomorrow at the Brainerd Field that will kick off at 9 o'clock in the morning. The Wildcat flag football team opened the season with a 6-0 loss to Lakes Community High School this week. They will host Stevenson and Loyola here in the stadium beginning at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Libertyville boys golf team finished second at the Barrington Invite last Monday. Early in the season, Cole Eiserman, Parker Johnson, and Ryan Andrews have paced the Wildcats with great play. The golf team will compete in the Buffalo Grove Invite tomorrow. Kenzie Christie, remember that name. Kenzie Christie shot a hole-in-one to open up the girls' golf season as the medalist in the Wildcat victory over Antioch. They will be in action again next week when they host Lake Forest. Libertyville finished second out of 16 teams at that Antioch invite. Kenzie Christie, Josie Mitran, Claire Wiglet, Delaney McDonald, all medaled in the top 15. Senior Josie Mitran was selected as Wildcat of the Week for her personal best 82 at Shepherd's Crook in Libertyville last week. Boys cross country team opened their season capturing first place at the Stevenson Invitational on Wednesday. Philip Voidovich, Thomas Judy, and Peter Rappa paced the Wildcats, finishing second, third, and fourth out of 165 runners. The girls cross-country team finished second in the Stevenson Invitational this week. The Wildcats were paced by medalists Elise Poland and Natalie Schlitt. The girls tennis team is playing in the New Trier Invitational this weekend, and we wish them good luck. Varsity boys soccer team opens up their season tomorrow in the New Trier tournament. Harry Bonus, Big Snow, and Matthew Underwood will lead the Wildcats. Volleyball team split their matches versus New Trier and Lakes Community High School this week. The victory over Lakes, Kenzie Terrell had 22 assists and 4 kills, along with Molly Lyon and Alan Knight, each scoring 10 kills. Libertyville is hosting the Crosstown Classic Invitational today and tomorrow. Varsity girls swim team will open up their season next Thursday at Vernon Hills, and we wish them good luck. Come out and cheer on the Wildcats and wish all of our Wildcats good luck in action this weekend. Attention, there was a cell phone found and turned into the ticket booth. If if you lost your cell phone, go down to the ticket booth. And you can get your 50-50 raffle tickets out. There's a grand total of $226 going to the winner in the 50-50 raffle. The winning number tonight, 12979.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Walter R. Johnson Sports Complex for Week 1 of Libertyville football. And, Coach, I think it's safe to say the Cats had themselves a half.
I did, and Coach O'Neill, as we sit back through the scoring drive, started off with that Gavin Dixon run, and then some of those explosive plays. We had passes from Shambo to Seth, Gavrick twice, La Vista. It was a whole aerial attack after that, well-balanced offensive attack here for the Cats. Tough defense by Coach Budge and the Wildcats on there, really with that big turning point defensively being that goal line stand, holding Lemont inside the half-yard line there on the as we flip the quarter between the first and the second. And as teams are getting ready to line up, we still have 75 seconds here left. We get 3 extra minutes after the halftime. Coach O'Neill, like we were just saying, that everybody was locked and loaded and ready to go and get started right here from the jump. But it was a great half of football here for the Cats, and really looking forward to see here as the second half of the Cats can get everything finished on up and get this one put in the bank and move on to the next week.
And we've got a special guest with us here tonight, Miss Casey Dugan, who is our head Palms coach, and she's got a fantastic event that she wants to tell everybody about.
Am I on?
You're on.
Oh, great. Well, on October 25th, we're hosting our annual K-5 Palms Clinic. That'll take place after school, and it's welcome to any community students that would like to participate. They'll come, they'll learn a routine from our varsity and JV dance teams, and then they will perform at the JV football halftime. It's a very pink night. We donate a portion of our proceeds to a breast cancer philanthropy, and we are looking forward to hosting this event again.
I can confirm that it is very pink. There is a lot of pink.
I know, and now that we have Coach Dugan on here, she is officially the most popular person in the Davis household to be on, because our daughter will be here ready to rock and roll. She's done your camp over the summer the past couple years, has been in this, and absolutely loves the events that you put on for all the littles here in the community for the Palms night.
Same. If Coach Dugan goes walking down our street, there's 3 little people who come running out regardless of what's happening to say hi.
So now the biggest question this year, are we going stocking caps or headbands? Because it rotates, I know,
it does
year
rotate,
in and year
so
out.
yes, so I know Sports 11 is going to have to tell me what they want to
there
do
you go.
this year.
Perfect.
But yes, we are very excited, and I know we have 4 already, 3 O'Neills and a Davis coming for us, and we already have about 100 students signed up, so we're really excited.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it'll be a really
fantastic.
fun night.
It's at the end of October.
Oh, yeah.
It's still August.
Don't worry. Well, I started putting this out there in June.
Wow. So, Cats, nice kickoff there by Zaban, and really nice open field tackle. Tommy Bunick was the first one there. So you get them in there right after school, and you start teaching them the routine.
Oh, yeah. It's a fun-filled night. Games. They learn all about the importance of stretching. We work on some palm technique and skills, and then they get to learn a routine that they perform with palms in their hands. So we're very excited. Come on out.
Awesome. And so it is once again Michael Prius, the quarterback who came out in the second quarter.
And I know Coach Dugan's got her responsibilities back here for the Palms team. Before she goes, though, Coach Dugan is also a LHS alum.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also a member of our Hall of Fame committee, which we have coming up at homecoming again this year
We
for
sure
our third class going to the LHS Athletics Hall of Fame, which I know we'll highlight on our next broadcast on September 20th.
And a Hall of Famer in our hearts.
Oh, yeah. Now, Chris, isn't it our 4th class?
4th class, sorry, yes.
I just want to make sure we were all on the same page.
No,
yes,
you
we'll be doing that homecoming weekend. Very excited. We'll have Dale Eggert, smooth voice on the mic.
That's right. Always good to have Coach E with it. He would have got me with it. It was for our 4th class too.
I just want to make sure.
No, definitely good. Definitely good. Well, thank you, Coach Dugan.
Thank you both.
Thank you, Coach Dugan.
All right, go
Pleasure
Cats.
as always.
Personal
Go
foul,
Cats.
face mask, number 56 on the
face mask there
defense,
from the
15-yard
Cats
penalty.
negates a
Result of the
nice
play,
little
first down.
defensive stop. Couple defensive stops in a row there for the Cats, and that'll bring Lemont out here all the way to past the 30.
And so, Coach O'Neill, as Coach Dugan's going back to, like I said, it is an awesome night. It's a great community night. Like she said, there are ton of kids running around, super cool and super fun to get a chance to see everybody out in the field during that JV game prior to the varsity game for the dance clinic.
It is, yeah, it really is a great night. One of the most chaotic nights I ever see also.
Cats coming in for the bridge, 2 off the edge there. Lamont's able to get that crease back inside. Cats come up, but not after a 8-yard gain there.
So give Lemont credit. They are chasing. They got beat up pretty bad in that first half, and they come out firing. They ran a little screen to the outside to get things going. Again, we haven't seen this new quarterback. We haven't seen Prius throw downfield, but he's thrown to the outside of the field a couple times. I wonder if they're also a little worried about our defensive backs. They've been hawking anything that has been getting close.
And, and this is always a challenge from the Lemont perspective, but still wanting to get back into your offensive rhythm here to start not necessarily feeling like you need to chase and keep putting the ball back up. But there's that missed tackle there from the Cats, and then Lamont's able to take that out to a good-sized gain as it's 2nd down and long.
And there's a cat down on the field, obviously in a lot of pain. And a Lemont player was calling for the training staff to come out, which is something you never like to see. Hey, I wanted to give a quick shout out to all of the people in the booth downstairs. Mr. Treptow came up, and we kind of looked at each other, and we're like, is this the best first half of football that we have done? You guys have been, the graphics have been on, the replays have been on. Everything has been flawless. Coach Davis, I know this is your first time in the booth, or one of your first times in the booth, but usually the first game up here is a lot like the first game down there. There's some hiccups. I forget things. We don't know what's going on. These guys have been making everything look good. All of the shots you're getting, it has been awesome. So to all of the people down there, and we'll read off all your names when we get towards the end, like credits. But folks, I just want you to know, Coach Davis and I, we're the only 2 grown-ups who are part of this operation besides Mr. Treptow, Mr. Holland. Everything, the camera work you're seeing, the directing you're seeing, all of that is being done by high school kids, and they are just absolutely fantastic.
And, Coach O'Neill, like you said, I am never cease to be amazed with all of the wonderful things that our Wildcats production does throughout the entire year. They put together our kind of seasonal highlight videos throughout the year, showcasing all of our sports here at the school. Well, it's fantastic what they're able to do for our school community. So thank you to everybody. Like you said, we'll get those names right here at the end.
So Caden Butt was the Wildcat injured on the play, but he did pop up and walk off under his own power as he drops.
Cats bring the pressure there.
Nice. And the trainers were joking with him coming off, so that seems like a pretty good sign to me. Prius dropped back, and that's the first time he did throw downfield. Was a little wobbly, and we had, I believe that was Mason Strader who got his hand up there, or is that the corner, Coach? Was that Tommy Bunick?
Looks like that was the corner, Tommy Bunick, number 12, there on the defense.
So 2nd and 10, the Lemont has a little thing going. It started with that face mask, and then they've gotten a couple plays popped here, so we'll see what it is. Prius has got 2 to either side of him, and running back next. They motion across, that rocket motion. There's the give.
There's the handoff there on the jet sweep.
Coming
nice job
around
there by the Cats of getting that first back inside. Great defense. Wonderful job there by the Cats at the point of attack, stringing it back out and then cutting it back into the cavalry as they were coming back from the inside. Excellent job. I know Coach Budge will be very happy with that defensive effort.
And that's just everybody doing their assignment. Nobody over pursuing, everybody coming down right where they're supposed to, and there was nowhere for him to run. And it's rare that you see a jet motion, a jet play like that, did not gain or lose an inch. Like the defense stopped him right there.
3rd and long here for Lemont.
Got trips out to the right. He's dropping back to pass. Oh, there's that shovel pass again. And we are less fooled by it that time for sure.
There we go. Nice job there by the Cats defense.
Still stumbled forward quite a bit.
It looked like the running back, Coach O'Neill, didn't get right behind the offensive lineman like they did on that play before. Still well timed up here. Shelf pass. It's going to bring it to 4th manageable. I venture to guess this is a go time here for Lemont.
Yeah, I think you got it. None of the offensive guys are even moving. I think they just know that this is the new. What do they have this new quarterback listed at? 5'11", 155. He's not a big guy. I mean, he's a sophomore. But I give him credit. He's standing in there and doing a nice job. There's a motion coming across again.
Here's a little power play.
Oh, and I don't think
nice
he got
job
it.
there by defense.
Second effort might have gotten close.
Let's see
Looks
if we
like
can
he's
get-
still going to be short. If that
Short.
line judge is where the ball is.
Yep, that's going to be sure. Looked like that was number 24, Eric Waldorf, coming in. He was the first Cat in there on the tackle. And let's see if we can get a replay there. It's a turnover and downs there for a Cat. Nice stop there by the defense. Here comes the replay back up from that fantastic Wildcat Productions crew. We were talking about, oh, sorry, no replay. Can't hear it in my own headset on that one.
Shout out to friend Jenny Wendorf, who's watching the game right now in Chicago. So thanks for checking in, Wendorf. Always a pleasure. And the Hatton family is also watching. Dane is on the JV team that won that game so big. And so glad you guys are watching if you still are. Quinn takes the snap. The give is to Dixon. And man, does he hit that hole fast, Coach. Oh, no, that's Strelo. I'm sorry. Strelo just hit that so fast.
And you can see there, nice job there by the Cats with the pole, getting up to the second level. Good push from the big guys up front. And the offensive line's done a nice job tonight there in that run game of getting a pretty consistent effort. They've been sound in their pass protection. It's been one of the keys here for the Cats has been the play of those guys up front.
So 2 out to Quinn's right, 1 to his left. Snap is right there. They give it to Strelo again.
Nice cut back inside. Looks like he pushed forward. That should be enough for a first down there for the Wildcats as the chains will move. And the clock will stop here with 7:54 left in the third.
So do you expect to see a heavy dose of the run, even though we only need 1 score to get to running clock?
I do. I think the Cats will kind of keep it at kind of a little similar, maybe not the big chunks plays back downfield as we get a good look there at the offensive huddle with some of those offensive linemen we've been talking about tonight.
We don't get to say their names enough. We got Holmes, Kapala, Rhett Van Boning, Andrew Langfelt, and Max Frazen. Those guys doing the job up there. We don't get to say their names too much.
Looked like we just had a peek to number 77, Aiden Lewandowski as well
Thank
in there,
you.
Coach O'Neill.
So same formation. Quinn gets the snap. Handoff is to Strelo again. We had a little extracurricular there. It looked like a guy in Lemont decided to keep the play going after the whistle was blown. Sawyer Kapala handled that exactly like he should. Here from our
Holding,
official.
number 77 on the offense, 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Okay, my apologies. That looked like it was a little different, but looked like Sawyer might have been holding there. Got a little handle on him.
So, Coach O'Neill, as we get started here, do we have any more clubs that I know, like you said, we had like kind of a record number turnout here for the clubs as we're getting through the broadcast tonight.
We did, yeah. It's Wildcat students, a launch of, Wildcat debate team meets in room 131 every Monday and Wednesday at 3:30. Email Miss Greenswag if you have any questions. So it'll set up a first and way long for the Cats, and the Cats will go back to the air, hit Sammy Seth underneath, and he catches that to get a chunk of them back, at about 8 back. That is just to set up more manageable second and third down, I'd imagine, right, Coach?
Yep, nice job there from the intermediate pass game for the Cats. Sam was able to get inside of the defender. Quinn did a nice job of getting that ball put right in at a nice spot. That was a nice little play there for the Cats to pick up about 6-7 yards. There's a nice shot there. The LHS cheer squad as they were doing some setting on the sideline. Big shout out to the cheer team with head coach Aaron Vance. Did a great job of keeping everybody into the action here tonight out on the sidelines.
And a shout out to Jordan Murphy, who came out and watched my children after school today, last minute, to help us out. Oh,
There we go.
wow.
Nice sidearm throw back into Brock Williams. Nice job there by Brock as he gets back out.
That's
there
a penalty.
it is.
That's a penalty.
Back on the outside.
That's so...
And there will be that penalty for that illegal block as it's coming back on. That'll run back. We'll see here. There's that little slip screen back. You can see that defender Quinn did a nice job of getting back in Brock as he crosses back into the field here. Gets
It's a
the ball
great
back
sidearm
downhill.
throw. And then this is specifically what the IHSA wants to avoid, is attacking a player who doesn't
Personal
know the block
foul,
is coming
blindside
there.
block, number 1 on the offense, 15-yard penalty.
And Coach O'Neill, that's also one too where the angle makes the difference there. So it's the offensive player coming from the outside to a defensive player back on the inside. As you said, that is a personal foul. It's been a point of emphasis here for the past couple of years in IHSA football, and that's one that be from there from the spot, bring it back, and it'll be about to the same spot here, I think.
Yep.
Where it'll be second down for the Cats.
Feel like that one could be used in the officiating video for that play. And that's just Sammy getting a little too excited there.
Yep.
Well, we have a second too. We'll get back to that one in a second. So Quinn will set up once again. We've got 3 wide receivers out to his left. Got the trips. Got Brock throwing a block.
Quinn's able to get that one back off. He's a step back underneath. Oh, Blaze had a step there back on the DB. Just a little bit of pressure there at the end. Off the edge there from Lemont. So we get a shot there. Blaze coming back into the huddle.
A little bit of confusion there too. It looks like Brock Williams threw one block on the outside there from his tight end spot, but then just kind of let that guy go. I don't know if he thought a running back was staying back to pick him up. And that's just a young man learning the position. He hasn't played with his hand in the dirt, hasn't had to sustain those kind of blocks, and so I'm sure.
And that's one of the things that's just a little similar. Anytime blocking football, it just comes back down to angles. It's really, for anybody that enjoys math, you enjoy kind of watching that because it's getting from point A to point B and going to where they are going to be, not where they are. They're staying inside. They pick it back up to Steve Gavrick. Steve does a nice job of getting back in there, fighting off a few. Big chunk play there for the Cats. And coming back in for a first down.
And that's, again, showcasing the last 2 throws that Quinn has made are just showcasing his impressive physical talents. Like there, he just winds up, and that was all arm. Like he was standing flat-footed, and he got that ball on a frozen rope to Gav. There's a lot of quarterbacks who play at this level in high school. Varsity starting quarterbacks who couldn't throw the ball that hard if they had a 2-step hop skip to get into it.
Correct, Coach. You saw there was a nice route there by Steve, too, as using his stem to get set up on the DB, breaking back inside without that position to go. It was a nice, well-run route by Gavrick on that play.
So Cats recover from a couple penalties and get that drive back going.
Pull downhill. Nice job getting back down the hill there by Strelo. Lemont kind of strings out a little bit, but not before the Cats pick up 2, maybe 3.
So on a serious note, next week is the launch of September Suicide Prevention Month. Please make sure to wear yellow on Thursday the 4th. Then stay tuned for many events and opportunities that will be happening throughout the month. You can also follow Life of a Wildcat on Instagram to stay updated. So thank you, Dr. Brenda Nelson, for making sure that we are taking care of ourselves and taking care of each other. As Quinn hands off the ball to Dixon this time. It's kind of inconvenient to have Dixon and Strelo, 1 and 7, 21-27.
That is.
You really have to look and see. Although I will say the black numbers on these orange jerseys,
I knew where you were going with that one.
It's much easier to see than any of our other combinations, I'll say that. Maybe since we're winning with this one, we'll stick with this combination for a while.
The orange jerseys are a good look.
Ooh, that was a new formation that we haven't looked at yet today.
Nice job there by Dixon back on the cutbacks, getting back downhill. He'll get to about the 20. I think, let's see where they spot it. If he's got enough here for the first down. It looks like he does, and they're going to keep sending that over. The official signal for the first down. They'll keep the chains here moving.
So 2 wide receivers were stacked on top of each other over here for the right, on the right. And once again, my guess would be the coaching staff wanted to see the way Lemont reacted to that because we're coming right back to it here. So La Vista and Sammy here stacked to the right. And my guess would be that is Blaze to the top.
There's the handoff there. It's from Shambo to Dixon. Gets strung out just a little bit there, not quite being able to get the edge as they go. Cats take that one into the boundary right there.
Yeah, running that to the short side of the field. Interesting about that.
So there's you get a look there of the guys up front that they go through. And you can see Dixon there as he gets cut up. He just gets met there by a few Lemont players from the defense. So Coach O'Neill, we had a break at halftime. I was able to get an update in volleyball. Sounded like things were going pretty good there for the Cats inside. So that definitely looks like, if I haven't heard a final word from Coach Lakey yet, but tomorrow definitely should be a chance to be able to see
there it is. He's open.
Some volleyball, and there he is back to Blaze. He'll catch that. And it's time for the running clock as Blaze pulls that one in for a second touchdown of the night.
So they ran that stack again, the 3rd time in a row, and just wanted to see what they were going to do. And Sammy kind of ran a little out, and then Blaze was able to cut under. And so you see right there, one guy stayed, and I thought he was going to throw it here, but that's why Quinn Shambo is throwing all these touchdowns and not me. He waited till he got a little further over the top. And like you said, that score brings us to running clock, Coach.
It does. As we get lined up here, it looks like Zabin is back for the Cats here on the extra point. So as we get lined up here for the extra point, like I was saying, Coach O'Neill, looks like tomorrow will be a great day to come on over here to the campus here at LHS. Volleyball action gets underway at 9 a.m., like we said. And then our first ever home. Girls flag football game will be tomorrow in the stadium. We got 6 games going on, so it's a full day of flag football. But if you are tuning into the broadcast, a good chance you're a Wildcat fan, want to see the Cats in action, and they will get underway 2 games tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m.
And my girls are super excited. We're coming up for that game because they know they don't usually get to come to the boys' games because they start too late. And then they said the only girl game that they go to is the Powder Puff, but they said that's just a fun game. So they're super excited to see an actual girls football game tomorrow. And so we're for sure coming up to see that. And I love that we offer that opportunity for them.
That last Wildcat drive there was 12 plays covering 62 yards in 5 minutes, 28 seconds.
Now, part of that was because they had to cover the field twice.
That is, but it's still, the Cats did a nice job there of establishing the run and then using the explosive pass game to complement the run as well, which is nice to see.
So here we go, the Cats. And so for those of you who know the running or don't know the running clock rule, after you go up 40, the clock does not stop on out-of-bounds plays, does not stop on incomplete passes. Stops on turnovers of downs
and
scores. And injuries, obviously, also.
Correct.
But other than that, the other places that you're used to seeing the clock stop, it will not. And for those of you who are planning the rest of your evening, the next part of this game is going to go really fast.
Ratner here on the kickoff here for the Cats.
Ball gets down to about 15. Oh, that's a big return right there. And a nice tackle, nice saving tackle by Jacob Wisenhand. Oh, and there's a penalty.
Looks like we'll bring a little yardage back on that flag there, or yardage back from Lemont there on the return as the flag comes in.
So see if the Cats get in some different defenders right now. I see number 50 coming on, and he's not even on my roster. Carson Holmes is still on. 88, I haven't said it. Logan Tafel.
Lately, you said hands
so
blocking the back, number 28. On Lemont,
Trudelaar is
10-yard
on there.
penalty, first down.
Lucas Murphy is getting on the field, so he's a new player getting in. Get a chance to mix some guys in. Connor Crane is in. Jen Crane, our fantastic department administrative assistant who takes care of us all so much. Got another safety new who's back there. Looks like 22, Zach Bennett. So Prius is back. They are looking to throw right away. Throws a timing route that did not go quite as intended. So that's the furthest we've seen him actually throw, the furthest they've unleashed him so far.
It is. We had that one vertical ball there on that last drive that went back downfield. Mostly, like you said, it's been a lot of those screens, kind of the intermediate quick passing game there, get Prius in motion. But they definitely, since he's come into the game, there's been a lot more of the quick passing game from Lemont, probably trying to play to his strengths.
I'd be interested to see who the week 2 starter is, what they go with. So snap is back to Prius. He once again gets out the ball out quick. Nice pitch and catch there to pick up about 8 yards.
So Coach O'Neill, as we get a chance here, as we're coming down to the end of the third quarter, looking ahead for the Cats will travel down to Oak Lawn Richards for a rematch of last year's second-round game when the Bulldogs from Oak Lawn Richards came up here to Libertyville. So they'll make that trek down next Friday night for the game. JV game will get underway at 5 p.m. with the varsity game time scheduled to start at 7 p.m. So just make sure that you pay attention to traffic, as there's a long run there by Lemont, number 26. That is, like you said, Coach O'Neill, trying to go through the alphabetical one. Dean Julius there on the long run for Lemont. This will be a first down there.
I give that kid a lot of credit. He's been carrying a lot of the weight for this offense here, and he's been taking a lot of shots, and he just keeps on going. See, he's protecting that ball well. Those of you young ball players at home. We've got number 33, Trudelaar, in there.
On the tackle, and then also number 54, Liam Colton, coming in to assist with the tackle. Here it is. There's that quick.
Looked like that might have been a little confusion. You had 2 guys in one spot and only 1 defender there. But Everett Kendall was enough to break that all up.
It is. And then after Richards, Coach O'Neill, the Cats will be back into Lake County. They'll kick off the North Suburban Conference schedule that following Friday night out at Stevenson High School to start the year.
I feel like we haven't started this conference with Stevenson in about as long as I can remember.
So, Coach O'Neill, that's one of the questions we get a lot is like how with the opponents, how it goes. So it's actually a blind draw in our conference. We draw numbers, and the schedules are every 2-year schedule. So this year is year 1 of a new schedule. So the order rotates, so it's not always the same people that you would see in
same
every
time.
order. Yep.
So, Coach, I want to bring up one thing that Coach Ori mentioned to me. He was talking about how they were tired of going 5-5, how they were tired of being 4-5 in the regular season, and then getting into the playoffs, but getting a number 1 seed on the other side of the state. And so they really, really wanted to kind of change their focus, change their mentality, and prepare like every week was a playoff game, and just really bring it. And one of the points he brought up to me was that there's talent in this group. And the point he made with that was, of their 5 losses last year, 1 of them was to the state championship, to the state champion, 2 was to semifinal teams, and then a 3rd was to a Lake Forest team who also made the playoffs. And so there's not much separating them, and he thinks a lot of it is the way they approach it.
You know, so I think like to kind of build off that, a lot of it would too is just keeping the focus on what you can control and playing back on the next play, because I think it's really easy to get caught up in so many things that are outside of your control. It's hard for all of us too, and that's something that, you know, as you focus on that and keep it what's in your control, makes it freer so you can play like you are when you have fun and you're just like when you were a kid in the backyard kind of running around. It's there when you focus on the things that you actually have control over, because there's so much that is outside of your control when it comes to athletic performance.
And here's a great example. They controlled what they could right here and absolutely swallowed up. One of our defensive guys just got lateral down. Nice toss, though. I mean, all things considered.
It was.
He got his hips under there and up and in. But turns out you're not really allowed to do that as a lineman. But still, no gain there, and a 3rd and 10 here for Prius. He's empty. They've run a lot of tunnel screens out of this, I've seen. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice play. So that's where they had some success earlier. It's just sitting down underneath. But now Kovic is able to come in and make that play.
It'll be interesting to see the growth with Lemont throughout the course. Lemont and Richards, same conference, so they will definitely they'll get a chance to see each other during the year. But then outside of that, like those 2 teams have been historically kind of some of the upper teams in their conference as they go out. So I know they look to challenge themselves in the non-conference schedules, and so it'll be interesting to see how Lemont continues to grow here over the course of the year. Because for those of you. Nice job there, holding off there by the Wildcat DB.
Same thought.
But as we get going here, as we have the change of possession, for those of you who might not be familiar with the way the playoff system works in the IHSA for football, tackle football is the only sport in the IHSA where not everyone makes the playoffs. There is a cutoff with 512 teams that make the playoffs each year that are spread across 8 classes. So they set the field first, Coach O'Neill, and then they take the top 32 for 8A, the top 32, the next 32 for 7A, and those, when I say top, those are based by enrollment number, by size. So that's some of the things as we look forward here. So the reason we bring all this up is because one of the things when things are equal record-wise that we look at is called playoff points. So those come to your opponent's victories throughout the year. So that's just something that we'll definitely keep an eye on Lemont as we go through here in the season. They've had a tough-fought game here tonight. They've been battling hard here to the end. So hats off to Lemont, and we'll definitely keep our eyes on them throughout the rest of the season.
Got some new guys in there, too, including new quarterback Trevor Wallace was handing the ball off.
Dead ball foul, false start.
Number 36,
the center, number 68.
Kazi Ali.
5-yard
had
penalty.
a illegal motion call, which isn't surprising when you get some new guys in there.
Looks like we've got some new linemen in up front. That looks like number 74, Holden Caldeal, is in. And we've got number 77, Aiden Lewandowski, coming back in here for the Cats. Looks like number 68, Max Frazen, still at center. See if we can get some more of those guys' names up front as they keep coming on in.
So handoff is to Ali, and he's going to churn his legs forward. Doesn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up a couple. Number 36 there. Oh, that's Ali who got the ball.
Number 56, Chris Samaras is coming in, getting some looks there on the offensive line here as well.
Ratner getting some offense in here, too. Joey Chulo will be in a tight end, I'd imagine, giving them a big body.
Looks like number 82, Jacob Allen, just checked in at a receiver spot here. Or tight end spot, sorry.
So Wallace has got 2 to his right, 1 to his left, way out to his left. Ali taking the handoff, coming around the side. He's got some speed, but that corner gets shut down quick. We couldn't quite get to the edge there with our linemen. But we're already down to 8 minutes in this quarter, Coach.
It is. The time does run fast. You get a chance here to see the replay as Wallace takes the handoff here to Ali.
If you like to discuss controversial topics with your peers, then Gray Area is for you. Their first meeting is Thursday, September 5th at 8 a.m. in room 131. And, Coach, breakfast is included.
Oh, wow.
Yes. All right, so that sets up a 3rd and long. We're with a little confusion there. And Wallace is running for his life, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. A little cross up there on which side that was going to happen. Nice job by Wallace to just take that ball and tuck under and run. Wanted to give a shout out to Miles Bateski too. He is injured this week, couldn't play with a knee, but he stopped by my room to chat up a little bit and gave me some insights to the game, some things that are going on with this team, some things that they're doing that he really likes, that he's really happy about. There he is right there. There's Bateski, big number 72. He's getting a lot of looks from a lot of programs. And I tell you, he had nothing but great things to say about Kapala on the line, the young kid coming in.
Mm-hmm. And looking forward to seeing Miles back out there soon here for the Cats. And we actually have a timeout here. Timeout here for the Cats to kind of get things in. We had a shot back there, too, of the statisticians for the football team, Madison Sears and Addison Krabinski. They do a great job of keeping all the stats in line here, taking everything down back on the sideline so that they have that and have that for the coaching staff. So a shout out to them. Thank you for your time that you use to, on Friday nights, come and keep stats for the team.
And I don't know how much, if you guys can even possibly guess how much the coaches use those stats. It's really amazing the work the coaching staff puts in, from head coach down to volunteer assistants. And a lot of that, as Coach Davis has alluded to sometimes, is based on data, is based on what's working, and you can look at the numbers and see. So 4th and we'll send out the regular punting unit usually, I would imagine.
Coach, I think this is the first time we've sent out the punt unit for the Cats tonight.
It is 100%.
I know, that's where
good.
It's been,
And I don't think it's quite the regular punting unit. We have a couple guys on. Looks like that's Ratner back kicking.
Nice kick there.
Nice kickoff, a
Good
spiral.
coverage.
There we go. Excellent coverage there down there by Trudelar. Also smart, knowing to hold off and not do anything crazy.
Yep, looked like number 6, Nick Farmakis down there as well, down there with Trudelar.
So this is always both my favorite and my most dreaded part of the broadcast, where I got to read all of these names from the fantastic Wildcat production crew. And so I'm just apologizing ahead of time for everybody's name I butcher. But guys, I'm not even kidding a little bit. This is a fantastic first broadcast, and there they are. They're sitting in that room that I swear isn't 150 degrees at all. As Pruitt drops back, completes the ball out to number 21. Some good downfield blocking. So here we go. I'm going to do my best, everybody. So we've got Colin Planeta, Evan Dietz, Ethan Audette, Liam Kahn, Kanoa Ferris, Jack Neville, Brooke Weintraub, Breyer Siebert, Seeley Hamburg, Jaskaren Gill, Luke. Hey, Luke, I don't even know how to say your name, and you were in my class for 2 years. Matthias Kleb, Garrett Sabinski, Peter Biddy, Mark Lisinski. You're in my class this year, and I can't say your name, Mark. Henry Neville, Caroline Waller, Kelly Lou, Max Shores, Felix Nanekit, and Aiden. Aiden, you did awesome too. So you guys are fantastic. The crew has been around. Again, just really want to make sure you guys know these are all high school kids who are getting you all these shots and doing all of these graphics. And they work all week to get this stuff and just do a fantastic job.
And a big shout out to the Wildcat Production sponsor, Mr. Dan Treptow and Mr. Jack Holland, for all the work that they do to help get everything set up. And you just can't even, the amount of tech and things that just go into it. Just, a huge shout out to them and everybody with Wildcat Productions as we're off to another great start for another great season.
Got some new guys on defense here, too, for the Cats. Atticus Suter is out at corner. Looks like we have Matthew Liu getting some time at one of the safety spots. Blitz coming here. Oh, he's going to tuck it and run. Give chase. Good decision there. Looks like Tyler Creel was closing quick on him. Maybe that was Ryan Faez, my apologies, or maybe it was both of them.
There's some more shots of the Wildcat production crew there on the sidelines, Coach O'Neill, as we were going through, getting some of those guys that are in now on the defensive side.
There we go. Oh, they like being behind the camera a lot better, I think. So we're down to the 3.5-minute mark here. Prius is going to take the snap. He's in an empty backfield. Oh, there's that bubble screen. Oh, he decides to throw it out. Complete to 21. They were setting up the bubble screen on the other side over there.
You can see defensive coordinator Tim Budge there in that orange shirt coming back out there on the field. Nice shot of Coach Budge. There it is back on that bubble screen. You can see there that little hesitation back on to get back to the outside there. Cats do a nice job of rallying into the football and getting that gang tackle there to make it into a 2nd and 7.
Bryce Marabella checks in the corner here, blitzing a few Wildcats. There's that little quick out there. Oh, nuts! Okay, that'll be a first down. Start checking the clock, both of our eyes.
And now, Coach O'Neill, as we start looking at the clock, as we're getting under 3 minutes, I know for the defensive staff and the defensive unit, like keeping that 0 up on the board is a big thing. That's for any defensive, when you can have that shutout put on, that's something that you really hang your hat on as a source of pride. So it's a good chance for the Cats to buckle down here now as Lemont's got a little drive getting together, getting down to right about the 21-yard line.
So,
you know, the one thing, I'm sorry, Coach O'Neill, for talking.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, come on. Sorry, go ahead,
Nope,
Coach.
I'm sorry for talking over
that.
Pass interference, number 30 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal.
That was not the
First
correct
down.
call on that.
Yeah, so, Coach O'Neill, as I was getting ready to say, is one of the things that has really stood out to me from the Wildcat defense, and I know we talked a lot about the offense and the explosive plays, and there in Cats offense, getting the run game established and everything. One thing that's really stood out for the defense, defense did a great job of taking Lemont out of what they wanted to do.
Yep.
The Lemont came out starting the game. They're a big counter team with pulling 2 offensive linemen. Cats really, there's the pick!
Interception! Looks like number 51, is that Winwysakovic? I think it is. That ball was bobbled by the receiver. Yeah, and a lot of traffic. That's a great catch by Wynn. That's awesome. I love that. And that's, some coaches want to put the starters back in to preserve that defense. Our coaches were like, you know what? We're going to trust our guys. And great concentration. You're right. Now we can run this out.
Looks like we'll probably just have to take one knee, maybe run one play because we're a little close there to the end zone.
Can't go too far back.
No, can't go too far back.
You might actually. It wouldn't surprise me if they put the starters back in so that this one goes smoothly.
But then from there, as we were saying, Coach O'Neill, the Cats defense really stepped up, took Lemont out of their game plan of what they wanted to do, and really forced them into options 2, 3, 4 throughout the night. So it's great job all around for the Cats. Couldn't probably ask for a much better start here at the start here for the Cats as they look forward to get this wrapped up and then get ready to move on for next week at Richards.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, everything just clicking on all cylinders, everything going well. Cats have to be as happy as can be with this one. Just take a knee, and that will run it down. We're under 24. So the Cats will line up in midfield. Lemont will line up in midfield.
That's the ball game, everybody.
Coach, any other last takeaways on this?
It is, like we said, it's been a great night here for the Cats. They've had a great start to the season. Now the challenge is to maintain this, to keep this building on it, and making those improvements that we talked about between week 1 and week 2, which I know the coaching staff and the team will do as they get ready to just continue on, because this is just one step back in the journey. But it's going to feel good. It always feels good when you get that first one under the belt, Coach O'Neill. And it's been a good night here for LHS Athletics. We got a lot of stuff going on campus. We have a lot, like we talked about, going on tomorrow. So if you weren't able to join us tonight, we hope you get a chance to come on over tomorrow, catch some of the action that we've got coming on across all our sports here at the high school. All
right, so the Cats start out 1-0. Can't win them all if you don't start out 1-0. And a very dominating win here for the Cats, 43-0, both sides of the ball. Great job by Wildcat production crew tonight. So thank you to everybody, band, cheerleaders, Palms. On behalf of Coach Davis and everyone at Wildcat Productions, this is Kevin O'Neill. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. See you next time.